Alright, hello everybody. Welcome. Today is our 10th session of the campaign.
Ooh.
Wow, big milestone. That means we are now 5% complete with the campaign. So, good job.
That's what you think. We're not trapped here with you, you're trapped here with us.
So, let's roll our die, and I just realized that this whole time, I think I've been rolling the, recap die in private mode, so I'm gonna put it in public this time so you guys can actually see it, and you don't think I'm just making it up. Who's number 5?
I think that's
Zach,
me.
you're number 5.
Yo.
Recap us last session.
Thank
please.
God,
I have no idea what happened.
You guys don't take notes?
Me neither. I'm just gonna make it up as I go. So Zephylos and Khan were out there trying to get the skull for the ghost quest, Restless Ghost. Yeah. And they tracked it down to a bear cave, and the bear was not too happy because it has some chillin' to protect. They did manage to get it by Zephylos turning invisible and sneaking in and grabbing the ghost's skeletal head. And while they were heading back to reunite the skull with the body, Dermo and Daishu were off doing some questionable things. There may have been some drugs involved. We're not going to talk about that. But then Dermo wanted to make a harness for Bab, and he was trying to do that. And Daishu was like, "Here, give me the material, the leather." Dermo gave it to him. He made a harness. Then Dermo took the harness away, and then the party reunited. Zephylos and Khan had finished their task, and so they went and tracked down Dermo and Daisho. And there's a picture in Discord.
Hang on, I'm writing an explanation.
Khan handed Daisho the Ghostspeak amulet and a bucket of swamp tar that he had found, which excited Daishu. He's kind of like internally formulating, what can I do with these things? And then the next morning, he woke up Khan to show him a set of mason's tools. And then, while Khan was yawning, made them disappear. I was like, "Look, I can make mason's tools out of thin air, and not just mason tools, any kind of tools." Khan didn't really believe him. And so Daisho sat there for an hour staring at his hands like he was just, and then after an hour mason's tools popped into existence, which Khan found very anticlimactic. So had breakfast, then Khan heard about Daisho making a harness for Bab, and questioned Daisho about it, but Daisho kind of shrugged it off and was like, "It's nothing. It's nothing." We caught our barge from Lumbridge to the bridge between Edgeville and Varrock, and on the way, Khan chatted up some of the merchants on the barge.
I mean, he tried to. Like, what?
Well, yeah. An attempt was made. And last thing I have in my notes is that we got off the barge and we're deciding that we're, I guess, going to start walking towards Varrock.
Yeah, I don't think anyone else could have given such an amazing
recap. DM, I believe it's given-id.
Given-didst.
Yes.
Such an incredible recap with such important emphasis on Daisho's new abilities to make tools out of thin air when he already has all of them.
Well, no, I was missing the mason's tools, but now I have them.
Oh, now he has the Mason's tools. Amazing.
That,
Okay,
that
so
section was only about a third of my notes from that session.
I put a picture in the chat, but I play a game with my cousin, and there's a new guy that's gonna be joining us soon, and he was reading my cousin's notes, and she takes like pretty detailed notes, but they're like really cryptic and memey. So he's like trying to make sense of them. He's like, I'm more confused now.
Nice.
Let's see, what were we doing? Oh, yes. You have stayed a night at the inn just beside the river Lum, where your boat has let off. And are now preparing to set off toward Varrock, the capital of Visthalin. And you probably all would know that this is a pretty big city. Some of you might have been there already. Yeah. Unless anyone objects, we can head straight there.
Before we do, what's the name of this bridge?
This bridge?
Yeah.
It's probably like Lumbridge 2. I don't know.
Amazing.
How about Barbarianville Bridge?
But we're farther north than that.
It's
How
probably
about-
called like Bridgeville.
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 Not Bredgeville. Oh my.
What was there does it actually have a name and I'm being stupid or something? Or...
I don't know. I'm just giving you a hard time.
He's just
Okay.
he's just DM.
I was
ask
like,
the-
oh shit, does this have like a funny name or something? I forgot.
He's just asked the DM a question he hasn't thought of.
Our names are much better than anything that they could.
Names are hard.
I'm writing it down
Names
for
are
my own
hard.
game.
I suck at names. I have a list of like random character names to throw out there, but it's not very long, so I've already used like a third of them for the humans.
Yeah.
I need to write more or grab some more from Planeshift Gillinor or somewhere else. They're just all the race names that I had in my book.
Mm.
Okay. The party sets off from the inn and heads toward the city. Immediately
Hey, DM,
surrounding
real
the
quick.
Yeah.
Hey, just so you are all aware, I'm out to dinner right now, so I'll be joining in as I see fit, and I'm listening the whole way through. I'm just not going to be as vocal as normal.
Okay, that's fine. We will probably be doing a lot of just straight dialogue, maybe some shopping for quite a bit.
Yeah,
here.
I'll totally be here, and if I
Shopping with
can,
our
I can join in.
non-existent coin purse.
Shopping with our 3 gold amongst the party.
All right, thank you guys.
Yeah,
Wait, you guys have 3 gold? What?
you guys have gold. You guys have coins. Immediately surrounding the city, once again, there are many farms where livestock and different crops and vegetables and food are grown. Eventually, as you get close to the city, you can see its sort of dark gray walls that surround it. You approach the gates. There are many people that pass in and out of the city pretty frequently. The guards just take a quick look at you, don't really seem particularly concerned, and let you pass on through. Although one of them, an older gentleman, gives the 2 horned folk a bit of a side-eyed glance.
I was going to say,
Nevertheless, they let you pass on through into
our
the city.
demographic is perfect for like a random security check at the border.
Yeah. See, I was thinking about that. I was like, or not that specifically, but thinking about like how very oh, I gotta mute my Facebook. Hang on.
Did you change it to barbarian for mine? I'm more of a paladin than a barbarian.
No, it says Barbadin.
Oh, it does. I had to click it. I love it.
Yep. It says Barbadin. I changed it.
Is that better than Paladarian?
I think so. Probably. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I mean I had thought about like how angry and like prejudiced are random people gonna be against these weird monster people. And yeah, maybe they would be if I was being like very realistic, but I also don't want it to like be something that constantly like stops the game. And slows down the pacing of the game for people to be like, what the hell are you? Are you gonna kill me? Blah blah blah. You know, all that. Instead, I will go with describing people as looking at you with suspicion here and there. Anyhow. Oh, also, Shab, thanks for resubbing. Appreciate you.
Yeah, thanks for running the campaign. I appreciate you.
Hell yeah. What are we doing? Oh, you are now in the midst of the city of Varrock. It is hustling and bustling. The center of the town holds a very large market where people have numerous booths around the market square, as well as several brick and mortar shops for the larger establishments that circle it and go a few blocks down the street from the square in each direction. People are loading and unloading goods, passing through, making purchases, making sales. It is busy. Not quite chaotic, but very busy. What do?
I mean, I'd like to get paid. Is there
Probably
a way?
a good idea.
Is there a way to figure? Zephylos, where do we get paid for this job?
Remind me, was it somewhere like a clerk in the castle, or was it like the bank?
The clerk did not specify. He just said that the royal Varrock something rather.
I think he gave you a either a name or like he gave you a sealed letter to show the people at
That's
the
what it
entrance
was.
to the palace.
And he even
That's
wrote
what it
something
was.
extra in there for the extra stuff we did, because I remember I hassled him about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I say, yeah, just follow me. You see that massive building in the distance?
That must house many villagers.
What god lives there?
The king of the entire kingdom and his court.
Not a god? A human lives there? He must be a very big human.
I don't know. I don't think I've seen him in the flesh, but I think he's moderately sized.
Should we be bearing gifts?
I don't think we're actually going to meet the king.
Oh, okay. And you'll see, like, Khan kind of like while he was realizing he was about to meet like a king or something, he kind of like was like making sure he was like not covered in dust and soot from the travel and stuff. Like, but then he said, "We're not meeting him." He's like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah. We're probably just going to be meeting people that work for him. But yeah, I'll bring them towards the castle.
Okay. You head toward the Varrock Palace, which is very large and rather magnificent. It is surrounded by some walls that give it some space on each side, which are guarded. And so you head toward the front entrance of these walls, which is somewhat near the market square area of the town, just to the north of it, and approach some of the gate guards there, which look at you as you advance towards them.
Yeah, I'll take out my documents. Not only the letter and such, but also like I'm a Missalite myself, born and raised in Draenor, so I assume I have some form of ID or like, something. And I'll take that all out and I'll show it to the guy and say, "Hello."
Is like personal identification a thing in medieval fantasy settings?
If you're important enough.
I did not ever assume that was like a thing for like non-nobility.
Well, I'm a wizard.
Okay.
So usually, like scribes
Do you not
and
think
high
that Dermo
priests.
carries his ID with him at all times?
He's got his driver's license.
Yeah,
Carriage
Dermo has his
driver's
flying license too. He actually has a aviation license.
Hmm. Okay, yeah, I could see a wizard having it. A wizard could probably be, literate enough.
Most often, it would probably be in the form of like a seal.
A seal. Okay.
But
Or like a
Yeah.
very small walrus.
You fucking got me, dude. You got me.
Most villages and even cities were small enough and had sub communities that like everybody just knew who other people were.
Right.
So IDs weren't really super necessary except for amongst the leading class for the most part.
Hmm.
But mages would probably be an entirely different story.
Zach, of course, is our medieval realism expert of the party.
Wonderful.
Um, okay. So you hand the guard the letter, and you tell that you're from Draenor, and maybe you show him a little kind of proof of at least the fact that you are from Draenor or something. And he takes it from you. He's like, okay, all right, let me go check this out. And he goes into the castle through the gates and leaves you to wait there.
Yeah, I look to the others and I whisper to them. I say, "All right, so let me approach the topic of our reimbursement, because I'm quite confident that as long as we don't rub them the wrong way with that letter we're given and with a little bit of charm, we can probably get paid a bit more. So I'll try to get that settled."
At some point, you probably realize that Daisho is not even remotely listening. He is admiring the stonework.
I'm there with you.
I totally picture Zephylos is doing the snap, snap, snap thing of like, "Hey, this is important. We cannot make any mistakes. They have executed people for less, probably."
For less than what? And I'm turning my head from the stonework, like not paying attention to anything he said.
Just let's be on our best behavior and let me do the talking.
That's what we usually do. Are we not on our best behavior? And I'm going to look at Dermo and Deishu.
And Dermo quickly brushes hair to try and look more kempt. Like with his fingers, just trying to brush his hair to the side.
Daishu,
And he stands a little more straighter. But he's still very hunchbacked.
Is very slightly more neat looking now.
kind of over the past few days, Daishu has kind of loosened up around you guys just a little bit. He's not like hasn't been living in Khan's shadow, but upon entering this big bustling city, he's like back to like practically on top of Khan, just like sticking really close to him, really quiet, not really doing much. He's been kind of like admiring the stonework of the castle from afar, but aside from that, he's like sticking really, really close to Khan.
Yeah, can I like try to, without him noticing, in the process of us slipping into the city, tether about a 4 to 5 foot cord from my waist strap to his waist strap, kind of like a kitty leash at Disney World as he's kind of like running around Varrock. Like I'm staying close to him, and I know when the slack's getting big, so he doesn't realize. Like I just want to like see if he realizes it or not. That's my goal, right?
You guys can settle that amongst yourselves.
While we're walking through the city, would
you roll the perception, buddy.
Sure.
Yeah, would
more
Bob be
like
allowed
sleight
on
of
his leave?
hand.
Oh yeah, it would be sleight of hand because it's an action, not necessarily a yep. That is a natural 6 plus modifier. Let's see.
I rolled an 11 total.
I think you beat me, bud. Yeah, you'll see me kind of like as you're watching, like just checking out the marble work or whatever we were there initially staring at. You'll see me kind of like walk up with an already tied off piece of rope to my own waistband, kind of like trying to connect it to you while you're staring at the rock.
Would it be weird to have Bob following us around, or should I carry him? I'll ask Zephylos actually directly about the rules of the land here.
Sorry, what did you say?
Forgot about the sheep.
Oh, the sheep.
We're not
no.
bringing the sheep into the castle.
And wait, are we going into the castle now, or is this, are we still on the way there?
We're waiting
You
in line
are-
to be.
You are at the
Okay.
gates waiting for someone to come get you.
Okay. Is there somewhere I could tie Bob off to using that little outfit that we made for him?
Outfit? Oh,
Yeah,
you mean
his,
like the harness.
Yeah, the harness, yeah.
Okay. Probably. Whether or not you should leave Bob tied up somewhere unattended.
I'll wait till
is a different
I'll wait till the
question.
guard get here, and then I'll ask them what I should do with him while we are inside.
Okay.
Okay. Like, I don't know if you thought I was joking about taking this guy to the end of the campaign, but we will be fighting the final boss with Bob.
He's going to die in Legacy of Seergaze. I'm calling it now.
Look, you know what? I've already planned around what happens when he dies, and no one will know until it happens.
Danny, you gotta stop spoiling my major plot points.
Our audience doesn't even know what that is. They probably.
Our audience is your girlfriends.
Y'all have girlfriends?
You guys have.
You guys are getting
Well-
viewers for this?
Well, yeah, mine is my wife and my daughter who have no idea what's going on.
Hey, is your wife single?
Hey, Rosie, are you single? Yeah, are you single?
How many times have you booked?
She said it depends on how I act tonight.
Well, you are playing D&D instead of eating dinner with her.
Yeah, that's.
No, I'm doing both. I am doing both. Don't worry.
It's called multitasking, sweetheart. Read about it.
Yes, sweaty.
It's
It's
called
so pretty
multitasking, sweetheart. Make an intelligence check about it.
Yeah, right? You
Oh
make an
my
intelligence check as I make a dexterity saving throw as you swipe at me.
Okay.
Oh my god. All right.
Anyhow, a number of minutes later, the guard reemerges with another man. Or actually, yeah. Wait, hang on. The guard reemerges not with another man, by himself. And he comes back to the gate. He comes through to the outside where you guys are. And he says, "Whoa, looks like everything checks out. Come on through here. We're just going to take you into the grounds here, and we're going to get you what you guys need. Come on through."
Where's Bob
Yeah.
going to be tied off to, sir?
Huh?
Where should I tie my sheep off to?
Your sheep.
I will hold my sheep out with one hand.
You could just hold it. We're not going inside.
Okay, I will hold my sheep like a pet cat and stroke him.
He
On his head.
looks at you funny and is like, he just kind of shakes his head and he's like, okay, whatever.
The sheep or the guard?
The guard,
Okay.
not the sheep.
Bob is loving it, just so you know. He loves his pets, and you do not get to say otherwise.
I mean, technically,
All right, DM, does Bob like my pets?
kinda.
All right, that's all I need. Just like my wife. Sometimes kinda likes whatever I do.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say your wife is all you need. That would have been better.
Yeah, no, I carry my wife around and pet her on her head.
I wish it was nice.
All right.
I like
So-
how we can kind of hear her little interjections. Anyway, the man leads you into the courtyard. Outside the main part of the castle is still in the sort of outdoor section. Here there are a couple of benches, a nice fountain, and he directs you to sit on a pair of benches nearby this fountain, at which point another man, not a guard, but kind of looking and acting in a similar manner to the other clerk that you talked to in Draenor, comes up to you all. He is holding the note that you guys presume is the one that you had given the guard, as well as a moderately sized wooden case, kind of like a small chest. He approaches, he says, "Hello there. I have your reward here. The Kingdom of Misthalin thanks you for your service. I think you'll find that it is very adequate. Here it is right here. You may count it if you like." And he hands over the chest to whoever is nearest him.
I'll take it and let a oof as like I have noodle arms. But
It is somewhat heavy.
I'll snag it from him as I see him struggle.
The man continues, inside is the sum of 260 gold pieces. We were able to increase the amount of your reward due to the unexpected circumstances that were described in the letter from the Draenor clerk.
This was a very dangerous job. You know this.
Indeed,
And it was far above and beyond what you asked for us.
yes.
You should be more aware of what you send people into, because a weaker team would have died, and that would have been on you. And I'll kind of like turn towards Deishu to start counting the gold, because I'm upset that we almost died doing this shit for a kingdom that doesn't even know our name.
Perhaps you are right. Unfortunately, we were not aware of the full circumstances that part of the job was the investigative sort of portion of it, because we truly did not know exactly what was going on. But again, we hope that this reward will be seen as fair compensation. Now, in fact, if you are in need of some more gold pieces, I may have an additional job for you if you're interested.
And how much of this job do you know about already, or are we supposed to get the intel as well?
Well, once again, we do not have all of the answers, but I can provide you with what details I do know.
And you will pay for the answers you do not have, yes?
Of course.
Okay, we can talk about how much after you've given us the full briefing, and I'll let him continue.
Very good. There is a priest who lives in a temple to the east of Varrock, somewhat far from the city. We usually remain in constant communication with him, receiving a letter from him about every week or so as we send supplies to him, and he sends the letters back with the supplies that he does not need anymore. And we have lost our communication with him as of about 2 weeks ago. Therefore, we are looking to send someone over there to ensure his safety, as he plays a relatively important role to the kingdom, and is, however, not usually accompanied by very many people.
now the carrier you've sent to, get supplies and probably receive the letter. When you say you've lost contact with them, did the carrier that returned explain what happened? Did he just not answer? Was the place abandoned? What kind of situation was it?
It would seem that according to the carrier's reports, he was not able to enter the temple, nor get into contact with this priest when he arrived, and he was forced to come back without delivering his supplies.
All right, give me a second to speak with my colleagues.
Very good. He kind of steps a couple feet back.
Yeah, Daishu and I are
Slightly
counting the
away from
gold in
you.
the chest.
All right, how many are we at? Is it really the 260?
I would say that some of it is platinum, so it probably doesn't take that long to count it.
Fair.
Like maybe the 200
Yeah,
would
you're
be in platinum, and then the rest is in gold.
yeah, you're probably finishing up talking to him as we're finishing up, and like as you come up with the chest kind of closes and we give you the nod, like
Man, this would fit in a. So I have some of like the normal like the coin pouches that you would actually find, and that holds about 200 pieces. So this would fit in a pouch. So we could
I like
easily
to
have counted
imagine
that by now.
it's a really big box with a really tiny pouch in it. But yeah, so Zephylos will do some mental math, being the wizard he is, and says, should split evenly 65 apiece.
Wow, what a coincidence.
Now,
so some of it's in platinum. Does it break evenly, Doom?
Oh crap!
we,
wait.
we'll,
Yeah,
we,
you
wait,
did this to yourself.
Wait. There's 20 platinum pieces, 20 is divisible by 4, and there are
Yeah, we
60
each
gold
get
pieces, which is
5.
also divisible by 4.
yeah, and then we each get 15 gold
Mhm.
and
I
5
planned
platinum.
ahead for this.
Yeah,
maybe.
it works. It works. And Zephylos says, even if it doesn't split, we can go to a bank and change the currency.
About the platinum, or would he understand that there's different tiers of money?
Dermo, he understands money.
Okay.
Yeah,
What
you
about
know,
Probably-
a twig in your culture is like a copper, but if you got a whole log, that's like a silver.
Probably would some of you, maybe Zephylos, but the rest of you probably have never seen a platinum coin, and might even mistake it for a silver coin. However, they look
would
much more
Khan and
fancy than an
Daisho
ordinary
be?
silver coin.
I feel like Khan and Daisho would cause a scene about them not, or about getting gypped because they didn't give us enough gold.
I am proficient in smithing, so I would probably know my metals.
Okay, then you know. You would be like, huh, what is this? And then you'd like take a closer look at it and be like, oh, this isn't silver.
I don't know. I given where I'm from, I probably would never have seen platinum before, but I would know that it's not silver.
And I
Seems
mean,
right.
I feel like once we realized money was a thing, we would have been instantly curious about it just to get the basics.
That's true.
That's how I would have said. I don't, and maybe Daishu is different, but I feel personally like Daishu would have been like, "What money's a new concept? Tell me a little bit more about it." You know,
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense.
just like how we feel about religion and how we feel about pretty much all this other stuff we're discovering in the world. But that might be Daishu is like, "Money's dumb. I don't like it."
Doesn't like the concept, but it's like, okay, well, we got to do this then, I guess.
Now, on the topic of this job, it seems easy enough. We could take a trip out east and possibly investigate why this carrier couldn't access the temple. I mean, I personally, I appreciate working with the rest of you, and I'm not ready to go back to the tower just yet. So I think it would be quite beneficial for us to continue this this partnership that we've established.
I mean, we've kind of already started it, yeah.
Yeah, we've done a job together.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be like, I don't know anyone else who would pull me out of that vampire den like you guys did, so I don't see why not. And I'll look at Dermo, I'm going to say, what of you, brother?
Ooh.
I guess nothing. Of this.
That's when Dermo says,
He's
Well,
distracted with
yeah.
eating something in the back.
Boy's got a mouthful of mac and cheese. Hold on, Treeborn's coming.
this is clearly where Dermo just says, "Yeah, I'm good," and just retires the character.
Yeah, right. He's like, actually, my whole plan was to get to Varrock. See you guys. Got you good.
That was his whole like
His whole plot,
his whole bond.
his
for
whole background was
character
just must
personality.
get to
Just,
Varrock.
I
which
need
is
to
in
get
all
to
caps.
Varrock, and that's
Yeah.
all I want.
It's like that Sheldon meme from Big Bang Theory. It's like, I don't need sleep, I need Varrock.
So I'll look back to the clerk and I'll say we are definitely intrigued, though we did want to talk about compensation before making any commitment.
Indeed. We are not sure, but we suspect, or at least there is a chance, that there may be some danger involved with this task as well, in which case we are prepared to pay in a similar fashion, in which we can ensure that the payment is compulsory to the amount of work that was required to ensure the safety of this person.
Did he say his name?
No, he didn't mention it yet.
And what is your name, my friend?
I am Dirk.
Dirk. Like Dirk, I'll say like waiting for like another part of a name. Dirk, what is your clan?
Clan?
Who are you, Dirk? Just Dirk? Okay, Dirk. I got
You
you.
may call me Dirk.
Okay,
Yes.
Dirk.
Dirk the clerk.
Dirk the clerk. Fucking
Been waiting like 4 weeks for that
Oh, I can't imagine.
payoff.
You got Clark the clerk and Dirk the clerk and
I hope that when we go to like Darkmire and there's like a vampire clerk, they're going to be
have to-
called something stupid like
I'm
Merc.
gonna have to come up with another one yet. Although if it's a vampire, I can come up with something that sounds even less so like a real name.
I am Verk of Clan Draken, the lesser known cousin.
I want to be and you're noble adventurers for the kingdom like ourselves. You let them sleep outside like the dogs, or you put them up somewhere nice to take care of them for their missions?
Well, really, this is like sort of mercenary style work. But we would be happy to provide you with lodgings at one of the finer inns in the city.
Very good. And the food at the inns too, yes? I do need to eat and build my strength to take out these evils for you, for the king, right?
Yes, you shall be adequately fed and quenched.
Unrelated question, if you don't mind.
Yes.
Is the king a follower of Saradomin?
Oh, why, yes.
Oh boy, I'm gonna say the day shoot. I'm gonna say we're gonna have to pay for our food.
I like how you associate Saradomin with like stingy.
Yeah, I mean
people.
that's my
Being
only. That's like
stingy.
my
It's his
Right,
only
like-
reference point.
like a priest to like a tribe where I'm from is like a giving heart. All like gives more than he has because it's his clan, like. And this guy's like, you get one beer and don't get anything fancy. I'm like, all right, Sarah, don't shit.
All right. Now, before Khan gets a chance to ask for more extravagant things, like, in this place, do you give horse to people to bring them to the job? Like, I want to say, okay, this is very satisfactory. So if you can offer us a similar pay for similar work, I think that'll be satisfactory. But
With the caveat that if we find additional information on what we were there for that could help the kingdom, we get paid for that as well.
Agreed. We shall start at the same rate that this job had initially started at.
Well,
200
this
gold.
job was a lot more dangerous initially. I'm going to presume that you guys are throwing us in definitely not less dangerous situation now. So let's assume that was a baseline for that danger level, and let's say that this is now an improvement on that. Yes, and I'm kind of look at him kind of with my teeth like smiling.
It remains to be seen. We are prepared to offer the same starting rate of 200 gold pieces, and additional compensation dependent on the required, the exact required actions.
Okay, 200 gets us out there. I'll find out what it costs to get us back here. Yes. And we can discuss it at that time.
Yes. Very good.
The upkeep getting us here, we almost went broke just coming to you in your kingdom, you know?
I see.
I mean, I
Fine.
imagine our gear isn't self-repairing and magical. It's probably beat to shit from that Draenor, like the manor fights, right?
Well, that's a good point.
Like, we're probably looking pretty beat to shit already, and I'm just trying to drive that point even further.
Yeah, you
that, like,
probably do have some torn clothes and scuffed up armor, dented up armor.
I'll play devil's advocate here and say, Con,
Yeah.
we're going to be paid for our work. Don't worry, the
I
kingdom
just want
of
to take care
Miscellany.
of the tribe, my brother. I do not want us begging for food when we are out sacrificing our lives for a kingdom who does not know us.
The kingdom of Miscellany will provide. I assure you.
I'll look at him a little skeptically, but I'll kind of nod. I'll say, "Whatever you say, brother."
All right, Dirk. We will take this work and we'll head east to the temple.
Very good. I think I had a few more details. The name of the priest is Drezel. He has been living there for 15 or 20 years since the last priest that had occupied it had moved on to other things. And the temple, it is called Paterdomus. It lies on the River Salve. You may take the road that heads directly east from the city, and it should take you straight there. Let's see, do I know how far that is? We'll say it should be about 2 days' travel from the city.
Do you have some means of transportation to get us there, or are we meant to get there ourselves?
Unfortunately, it's not a very common route. There is not much to be seen and done that far to the east of the city. You might be able to take a cart service part of the way. I'm not certain.
It's a short walk compared to what we just did, Con. I'm sure it won't be an issue.
What about provisions as far as food and water?
Let's see. I would be able to offer you a small sum of gold pieces that should help you to maintain your daily costs for long enough to get there and back. Let me see. And he pulls out another small pouch of coins and starts counting up a couple of gold pieces. And he hands you, we'll say, let's see if it was like 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, it would be like 4 days, and there's like 4 of you. He'll hand you 15 gold oh wait, that's not divisible by 4. 16 gold pieces to help stave you guys over.
I'll ask him for the directions to the nice tavern that he was going to set us up in, and so I can drop my gear and start exploring the city.
He gives you some directions relative to the market square, to a tavern called the Blue Moon Inn.
Yo, Pog.
So we have 65 gold, correct? That was our take from the.
You received 260 total plus
Yeah.
16 total, so divide that sum by 4.
So we all got 69 gold.
Yeah,
Let's
I'm role
go.
playing a low intelligence character, Danny. Go ahead and run that for us.
Oh, sorry.
Wait, I didn't do that on purpose.
Now, if we divide this correctly, that will be 69 gold a piece.
Amazing.
All right, so we got 5 platinum and 19 gold.
Also, I'm not really picky about like swapping your equivalent currencies out for whatever you want. You can just do it whenever you need to. Also, why does the music keep like not playing anymore after like 2 songs? The heck, man.
You tried blowing in it?
I didn't try blowing into the cartridge, no.
I mean, it worked for like generations of consoles and many of the girls I've dated, so just blow into it. Soft restart, you know?
It's a good thing we have shuffle, otherwise we'd be listening to the same 3 songs over and over.
Yeah, just took psychic damage.
I think we heard this one already. Shit, we heard that one too. Alright, good enough. Okay, in that case, Dirk the clerk makes his leave, and the guard escorts you back to the outside of the palace gates.
All right. I look to the others and I say, well, we should probably set up our rooms and perhaps we can glance around the city. I'm curious to see what I can maybe spend some gold on.
Yeah, I want to drop my bags and do the same pretty much with Daishu. Obviously, our money is worth more together.
Just
Apes
curious.
together strong.
Does this continuity of Varrock, does it have the rune shop?
A rune shop? Okay, so
The Aubrey's magic shop?
runes are not really a thing that I have found a way that I like to implement it into the lore of the D&D in a way that doesn't like make a insert a bunch of mechanical problems.
Hmm.
As far as like a magic shop, I am kind of going the way of magic items, with a few exceptions, being relatively rare, and thus you would have to kind of search around, spend like a couple hours searching around a city or a town or wherever it is you may be, looking for some, and then you can kind of go from there.
Well, because the relevancy of my question is...
Or if you're looking for like magic related supplies, like, you know, focus, component pouch, whatever, sure, yeah, that's going to be a thing.
Yeah, I was asking more in the context of scrolls.
Oh, that I'm gonna lump that up with the magic items. So, it's gonna take some searching.
Okay.
Then the way that you would be able to do that, is, via, we'll say like at least 3 or 4 hours worth of sort of some downtime, and an investigation check, which will be essentially you're searching around the city, asking people what you can find.
Okay.
If you have somebody come with you, that can count as your help action, which would give you advantage. But you won't be able to use something like guidance that has a very limited time, because it's like, you know, it happens over the course of multiple hours. Does that make sense?
Yep. So I put my own personal to-do list in the chat, so...
Oh, let's see. Materials to make healing potion. Oh, I gotta look up how that works. Check out the Rock Museum. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Let's see. I need. Yeah, I. Oh, we talked about making healing potions like way before we started, didn't we?
Yeah, I believe we settled on we're going to use the Xanthar rules of like I pay 25 gold and spend a day and I can whip one up. And if I'm like
Yeah.
in the wild, I can maybe do checks to try finding the 25 gold worth of like
Yep.
herbs.
Okay. Yeah. So in a city like this, which is very large, you could definitely find practically as many as you want to buy materials. Um, those aren't going to be too rare. In a smaller town, I might involve like either a completely random, like a D100 check, or like an investigation sort of thing. And then yeah, again, in the wild, looking for ingredients is probably going to be like survival
Okay,
checks as you travel.
makes sense.
But for here, we'll say you could, unless you're buying like tons and tons of stuff, you can just buy as much as you want at
Dude,
the
I have
market.
like 65 gold to my name. Like,
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to say this in a way that is applicable to the whole duration of the campaign.
fair enough. Yeah. So that's those are my goals, but I'd like to see what the other players want to do too.
Everybody else? Any shopping or desires in the
Yeah,
city?
so Daishu and I are, like I said, we're gonna go to the tavern. Like I'd like to go to the Blue Moon Inn. Is that what he called it?
Yeah.
That's the one south of the general store. So I'm sure passing a few things on the way from the kingdom. But I want to drop my bags and my gear, and keep my essential stuff on me in case there's a marketplace skirmish or whatever. Basic stuff.
Yep. Okay. We can RP that really quickly if even. You head over to the inn using Dirk's directions. It is only a few blocks south of the market area, in a sort of kind of nice looking area of the city. The inn is marked with a nice painted sign of a blue moon, of course, being the Blue Moon Inn. It's very easily identifiable. You head inside the inn. It's fairly large, a little bit nicer than the inns that you've seen so far, even the one in Lumbridge, which is probably the nicest yet. Some of the seats have sort of even rudimentary cushions, if you could believe it. There's a nice cozy hearth. There is a man playing the lute over there by the hearth, playing a nice little calm tune there. There is a fairly large bar, which during this middle part of the day is not particularly active, but there are a couple of people seated there having drinks and food. And there is a large staircase, which you assume leads up to the rooms where people are staying.
Yeah. I walk up to the guy that's like looking like he's running it?
Yep, there's a desk where you assume they do their administrative stuff near the front entrance.
Yeah, typical tourist fashion. Bags on my back. Hands full, lugging in. All the shit
Oh,
to the
this is
doorway.
So relatable from my recent vacation.
Good. I want to trudge up with Daishu, who I imagine is also carrying just all his gear that he's not got in a dimensional space in a similar fashion. And I'm going to go up to the desk and I'm going to just drop it all to the ground and say, we are here to check into the tavern. The king sent us. He says he is going to comp our stay as we work for him.
Ah, yes. Very good. Oh, hang on, out of character. The gold that you were given, which what was it, the like four apiece, would have he would have implied that that would be what helps you with your room and board.
Guess who missed
for,
that
you know, a
entirely?
night or two.
Guess who missed that entirely and is still going to demand a free stay?
The man behind the counter is a middle-aged man with a well-manicured mustachio.
I can respect that.
A little bit pudgy.
I can respect that.
Mm-hmm. He looks at you. He's like, "Oh, okay, very good. Do you have the documentation?"
I'm gonna like feel around my tattered leather armor. I must have left it on my other tribesmen. I can get it for you, but I assure you, we are working for the king, and Dirk, the clerk at the castle, told us that he would put us houses up nicely in the finest establishment. You have here clearly the finest establishment.
Thank you, sir.
This is not from me. This is from the king. You know. I'm just saying he's want to come our stay in the nicest place, and that's what he sent us here. So.
You can make a deception check.
And so I will. A 9.
Whose metal clanking die sound effect did I just hear? Which one of you heathens has the metal die noises? That was horrible.
I'm chaotic good, dude. What do you want?
He looks at you He looks at you, turning his head slightly to the side while his eyes remain locked on you and his eyebrows raised.
I'm just shit-eating smile.
And he says, in the past, we have always had a sealed letter from the clerk who gives out whatever sort of mercenary tasks.
Yeah, man, that is awful weird. What room are we in?
As soon as you show me this documentation, if you have it, I would be glad to show you to your room.
Okay, I'll go get my other tribesmen then. And I'll look at Daishu and like give him the nod to pick this shit up again.
He beat you out with an 18, sir.
Oh shit, yeah, I rolled poorly.
Now what?
Yeah, I'm grabbing my shit. I'm gonna go back and have them pay for the room, like he said he was going to.
Just turn around, go back.
I mean, it couldn't have been more than a couple minutes walk. I'm obviously confused here. The guy said he was gonna pay for it, but he gave me the money. I'm gonna make sure that he pays for the room. I'm going back.
All right.
Rooming and food is like 98% of why I'm doing anything. To make sure my tribe is not homeless and unfed.
Okay, true. You return to the inn. This time, you check in the normal way. The rooms are 8 silver apiece per night, which he will take from you as you guys enter, and then he will show you your nice
No,
rooms.
yeah, I'm going back to Dirk to have him get the scroll to pay for it for the party.
Oh,
yeah, no, I'm going
go
like
talk
that's.
to Dirk.
I misunderstood, and I'm still
No,
misunderstanding. I'm going back to Dirk.
He's gone.
He's got someone there, right?
He's in the palace now.
Yeah, like that's fine. As far as I understand, I was told this is being paid for. I didn't know I needed a scroll. I'm just going back to get the scroll. As far as I know, I'm doing due process.
Where is everybody else at this point? Because I imagine that one of the party would have figured this out.
I mean, I'm with Khan the entire time, but I was distracted by the. I was told not to talk, so I was like, "Well, I'm just going to keep admiring the stonework because this is the
What
most
is
amazing
Zephylos
stonework
doing?
I've ever seen."
The 5 gold we were given extra is for our rooms, right?
Are you saying that in character or out of character?
That's out of character.
It was indeed to. He said it was for your, what is it, like living expenses or whatever. So yes, that is what he implied.
I see Khan freaking out, and at first maybe Zeph was like, "Is this his way of trying to get more out of this arrangement?" But when he sees him like genuinely confused and like leaving, he'll get a note. I'll kind of do the one finger like wiggle of like trying to call Khan over.
You're like gesturing over to me. I'll like see you. I'll nod and I'll like come over to. Yes, brother. What is it?
Khan, the extra 5 gold we were given today out of Dirk's purse. That's the gold to cover our expenses, like room and board and such.
I thought this was payment for the room and board we spent on the mission. We got payment for the mission here that we did, right?
No. Con. They don't. It's not common practice to pay for all the in-between. They pay us for the job, the in-between's on us.
But what if the in-between costs more than the payment for the job?
Don't take the job.
But I do not have a gauge for how much things cost in this world. I cannot deny a job based on not knowing information. It is much more. The silver here is 8 silver for an inn. It was like less than that where we were, I think, right? It's more. I do not know how expensive things are, Zephalos.
The other
Even
rooms are
then-
5, by the way.
Yeah, even then, 5 gold will not only cover the last few expenses, but they'll cover this one too. So
Also, I'm pretty sure that Clark gave you guys like an extra 2 or 3 gold apiece to like make it to Varrock. I'm pretty sure that was the thing that we did.
I vaguely remember that too.
I think
And I think it was mostly because we literally had like 8 gold in the whole party.
Yeah, and you asked, and he was like, "Yeah, that's fine." So
Yeah.
yeah, you would not be at a loss for living expenses so far in this campaign.
Yeah, like Zephylos
Even
explains,
without
we're
the
still
big
making
reward.
profit. Yeah,
The next
Like-
city could be 8 gold at this rate. I do not know.
there's no next city. We're going into the wilderness.
What is? And I'm gonna look at Deishu like with haunted eyes. Are
So-
we
Oh
go?
no, wait.
No, not the wilderness. You know, not all capitals.
not
Like,
trying
I'm
to PK us, okay.
I'm saying
I am not going back in that shit-infested rat hole of a wasteland.
yeah.
So not- Payment to
I've-
go back there, no.
I have no intentions of bringing us there. What I'm saying is, when we go east, we're passing all civilization. Like this church, from what I understand, is in the middle of nowhere. So there's going to be no inns. There's going to be no expenses. We're going to be sleeping on floors and eating brittle bread. Like I don't worry about our expenses. They'll be very cheap.
I'm just looking at Deishu still after you said wilderness.
Let's see
Gave
the war
PTSD.
flashbacks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Vietnam War flashbacks. I'll say, okay, brother, if you believe that this will get us there to the next job and we will have leftover just in case things get expensive, then okay. But I will not go back to begging like a dog.
Yeah, 5 gold is very generous. Again, a skilled worker makes maybe a gold a day.
All right, hey
This is-
DM.
Yeah.
While all of this is happening, would Dermo have had time to find like a feed store or some sort of husbandry shop, possibly?
There's people that sell wheat.
Okay, like high quality wheat, or is this like low quality?
It would be like the stuff that people make their bread out of, so good enough for
Okay,
sheep
pretty
for
decent.
sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Could I buy? How much extra did he give us on this payment? How much
He-
extra was it?
Like for the living expenses, or do you mean the bonus that you
yes,
got for the
correct.
danger? He gave everyone. He gave a total of 16 extra, which is 4 for each of you guys. Gold.
Okay. How much is wheat like when you buy it raw?
I imagine that you could get enough to feed Bob for like a week for only like a few silver. Like, I don't know, 3
Really?
silver or
Okay,
something.
okay. Yeah, so obviously I'll buy.
I want to
like,
say
wheat and
a 1 pound bag of processed flour, like baking flour, is 2 silver. So looking at unprocessed
Is that-
raw,
Is that a literal?
yeah, you can
D&D
buy a
item?
pound bag of flour. Yeah, it's like a couple silver, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, sure.
By unprocessed, like it's gonna be cheaper because it's less
Right.
time intensive. You could probably get like a pound of unprocessed wheat for like a copper or 2, realistically.
True. Okay. We'll say you can. I'm just gonna say to feed Bob is gonna be like 1 silver a week if you're in like a market that sells like wheat or hay or something.
Okay. I will buy enough to fill a decent pouch, like something like how much physical space I can hold a decent amount of weed on, like a satchel or so. And I have good berries, of course, so you know that is no worry for me in that way.
That I mean, one of those.
I'm not gonna try. Yeah, I'm not trying to eat so. I want to feed him normal food, but
Okay.
I have that as a backup if it falls into that. You know what I mean?
Makes sense. Yeah, I mean, you
Right,
could
and then,
definitely just like pick up a
and
extra
how many
bag
water
or
skins
something.
could I pick up? Like, could I pick up a few extra water skins?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll double whatever a normal person would need. Actually, triple because I'm big. I'm sure I would drink a decent amount of water.
Makes sense. Let's see. Water skins probably are not very expensive. Let me see. Pull up my PDF. Search water skin. A water skin is 2 silver pieces. And I
I'll buy
believe
enough for a little while.
1 water skin is like enough water for 1 person for 1 day.
I mean, keep
So-
in mind I also have creator destroy water, so that's
True.
also a whole other thing. I just need the
And-
actual capacity to begin.
Also, unless you're in like some sort of like survival situation, you're gonna
Right.
be like refilling your water as you travel.
So I'll just get a small bandolier of water skins for my for a leather bandolier kind of set up on my hip.
Okay. Yeah, however many you want, you can take care of the gold and add the items.
Yeah, absolutely. And then would there be a leather working person or some form of like a smithy or something like that that could work on cosmetic/armor goods?
Are you trying to buy barding for your sheep?
So anyway,
Oh my god. Okay, let's look this up. How much is horse barding?
so is that a yes or a no?
I mean, someone could probably do it. They just think you were really weird.
All right, I would like to find the highest skilled craftsman in the city, and I want to, what would you call it? Conscript him to make the most badass sheep armor he's ever made.
Anybody know what horse barding normally costs? I'm trying to find
I don't know
information.
about D&D, but for Pathfinder, for a medium creature, which I'm assuming a sheep is, it would be double the price
Of a human's
Of-
armor?
of whatever the human equivalent would be. Yeah.
Okay. That seems plausible.
Yeah, you're paying for them to not make human armor for a minute.
Let me see. I know that there are like statistics and like information about barding, but I don't know that they have explicit prices for them. So I'm gonna go with what Zach says.
I posted the link in
did
chat
you find
for.
Barding.
I just have them in a mansion and I've been
Oh.
taken care of.
I didn't see prices in here. Does it say? Oh, here we go. The cost is 4 times the equivalent armor made for humanoids, but that's for a horse. So yeah, we'll go with 2 times the equivalent cost of normal human armor.
Yeah, Pathfinder
what
is
I would
also
like-
4 times.
What I would put in
for a
an
horse.
order for, what I would put an order in for is for armor that would be comfortable for Bob.
Okay,
But the
that's
helmet would have a
probably-
unicorn horn of metal.
Okay. So to give you some perspective, like a leather armor, which, let's see, what are a sheep's stats? Does it even have a bonus to dexterity? Hang on. No, he's got 10 dex, so like a leather armor would cost you 20 gold. A studded leather would be 90. A chain armor would be 100. And it goes up from there. You could give him heavy ringmail armor with stealth disadvantage for only 60 gold.
Yeah, I don't know about that just yet. You said the leather's like 20?
Leather would be 20, yeah.
Like, is this high quality leather, or is this like...
It's, the same kind of leather that you would be dressed in if you ordered a set of leather armor. So,
Okay.
Yeah. It's not like
so
crappy.
Could I go ahead and put in an order for that? And pay?
Yes, you definitely could. For an order like this, they're gonna have to obviously make it even more like to order, custom. So he will ask for the leather worker's gonna ask for I don't know how long it would take him to do that. We'll see.
Yeah, how long will sheeping and handling take?
No, damn it. Oh.
Y'all mad as hell.
Right. Great game, guys. I quit.
I think do I go to level 20 and we end the campaign or what? What happens?
Okay, so yeah, it's good. He wants 20 gold, half of it up front, half at the end, and it's gonna take him a week.
Okay, yeah, that's totally fine. I'll go ahead and forego with the 10. And I will specifically say I would like specifically like a unicorn horn to be embedded in the armor's helmet area to like you see where I'm going with this? I want him to have a unicorn horn on his helmet.
Yeah, he can do that.
Okay.
Alright, I have that in my notes now. Very good.
And I do want to not embroidered. Like how leather working, you can like emboss it with like a stamp or something like that, or even like, you know what I mean? Like you can write something in it.
Like a brand?
Could I maybe? Kinda, yeah. I mean, would I be able to pay extra to have Bob's name put onto the armor?
He'll just do it for you.
Absolutely.
Cool. Yeah, just make sure you do the gold in your sheet, and I've got that noted down in my notes. Other shopping items for everybody else, or Dermo.
I think that's it for me for the shopping aspect. Until we head off into the W.
The W. Okay.
Yeah, the W. I don't want to say the word. I don't want to cause flashbacks.
All right, everybody else.
I think Daisho wants to hold on to money for the time being.
Yeah, same.
Okay.
So we have either more of it or a better idea of how far this is gonna go.
Okay.
Just looking to buy essentials. If we're probably gonna want enough food and water to get out there, assuming we don't come across any other.
Yeah. So for basic necessities, any of the basic adventuring gear, I will leave it up to you guys when you are in a town like this, and I say that it's you can find pretty much anything you need. I will leave it up to you guys to deal with to find the normal price of it, and deal with your coins and add items. Just let me know if you what you're getting, just kind of so I know.
Is there a woodworker
in this area? This is a whole big city, though, so there's probably pretty much anything you can think of.
Yeah, I would like to find someone who looks like an official who might be in the marketplace who could point me in the right direction or point to a directory or hand out a map or something. Something that would get me oriented.
There might be a guy that sells like maps of like Varrock and the surrounding like immediate sort of area around it. I don't know that they would have like a city map that is just like people are selling them, but anyone could give you directions.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go up to anyone then.
You find a woman that is tending a vegetable stall.
What kind of vegetables?
Tomatoes.
Just tomatoes?
And cabbages. And onions.
Cabbages!
I'm gonna
And
walk up to her
potatoes.
and...
You know, she's clearly only like level 13 farming with those kinds of vegetables.
Right. She just unlocked allotments, not even strawberries? What's going on?
No
It's 26
strawberries
already.
yet, no.
Alright, I'm gonna go up to her and I'll be like, "Hello, ma'am. Do you know if there is a spot in this marketplace where I can find a woodworker or a wood carver or a carpenter of some kind?"
Sure. What are you looking for? What are you trying to get?
Are you familiar with the inner workings of wood?
Not so much. I grow vegetables.
Could you point me in the direction of someone who might be?
Sure. There is, let's see. I think there's a small shop just down the street that way, and she points in a direction.
Yeah, I'm going
and
to...
describes the building to you.
Yeah, I'll thank her. I'll listen to the description of the building that she says, and I'll reach into my pocket and grab one of the few ball bearings I grabbed out of my bag. I'm not gonna give her real money, and I'm gonna place it on the right next to, like, out of sight of the, like, obviously she's got a bunch of round vegetables on her counter. She can't see another round ball bearing on the bottom in front of all of it from behind her stand. So I'll place it there loud enough to make it sound like a metal coin or something. I'm gonna say "Thank you, ma'am," and I'm gonna head off, beeline it in the direction.
Sure. And she like goes to look for the ball bearing, but you're like long gone by the time she picks it up and looks at it confused.
Like a demon's whisper. I'm in the wind, dude. I'm in the wind before you realize what the fuck just happened.
Yep. You head over to the shop that she described to you. It is a small brick and mortar shop.
Sorry,
yes.
I was gonna say on the way. I whispered to Con, "What are we going to a carpenter for?"
I'll kind of give him a little grin. I'm gonna say, "Did you have a tribe crest where you were from?"
Yes.
And what do we not have for our tribe at this point?
A roof?
Yes, we do not have a roof, that's true. We could be buying a roof, but I don't think carrying a roof would make us feel more like a tribe. I miss my insignia. I miss being a part of something and seeing other people being a part of it, yes?
Yes.
Say, I used to dabble a little bit in whittling. I was not very good. Very, very bad at it. But I think maybe I could make us another clan insignia? Another tribe insignia? As we travel?
Daishu kind of, like, his face brightens up a little. It's like, I could teach you.
Say, you could make it, brother. I was just suggesting because we didn't have one. If you're excited about it, that excites me. Let's find some materials.
The cereal's all over the woods.
If that's more important to you, then okay. I was going to get some tools. I did not have any.
I have the tools.
Okay, then. We do not need the wood. And I'll turn around.
Big brain. I was gonna say, wait a minute, hang on. This man's literally went way out of his way to get like every tool proficiency possible.
So I think, kind of out of character, Khan at this point would know that Daisho has proficiency and the tools for carpenter's tools, cook's utensils, cobbler.
I mean, after the whole tool ordeal that we witnessed.
Yeah, And he can magically make
I'm
them
not.
appear.
I know you have a lot of skill, but at this point, you've been acting a little weird on the ride over here, and you've been a little. I didn't want to bother you too much. I wanted to leave you to your peace and be a little more self-sufficient, But yeah, if you got tools, then great, brother. Is it gonna take an hour to conjure them?
2 hours for you.
Now, do I have to stare at your hands the whole time?
If you must. Yeah, if there's something related to tools or things, like Daishu probably has it.
Well, that was easy.
Is there an apothecary or something in this area? I'd like to maybe buy some halfling tobacco or some shit.
Tobacco?
Yeah.
Yeah, they probably have that kind of stuff at a booth in the market.
Yeah, I'd love to pick up, I don't know, half pound of that.
I have no clue how much that would cost, even
Not
in
even a
real
half
life
pound,
money.
probably like 3-4 ounces would be enough for whatever travel.
I don't know.
I
2
want
silver.
I mean,
something.
I don't know
have
how
no
much
clue.
it would cost, obviously, because it's like
I have no clue at all.
All right. Oh, we
2
can find
silver.
out.
I don't care.
2 silver. What did you call? What's the name of the tobacco?
It is called.
What brand is it?
It's called Misthalin Grey.
The Stalin Gray. All right.
Sounds like a tea.
Yeah, I just realized it sounds kind of like Earl Grey.
Yeah.
Let's see. Danny, what have you got for us today?
Yeah, so of my to-do list, if we're going down the priority, I think I want to check out the museum.
Okay.
And-
I imagine that Cephalos would indeed know that there is a museum here and it exists. What I don't know is how exactly this would translate to a more realistic D&D world. I don't know. I imagine it wouldn't be that dissimilar from what our modern understanding of museum is, I guess. Yeah, you head on over to the museum after asking maybe directions from one or two people. It's a fairly large building, with a large set of steps that lead up to the front entrance. It's rather grand. Probably only probably one of the nicest buildings in the city, with the exception of the palace and the large church of Saradomin. You head inside the main entrance, where there is a small sort of lobby area where they have a desk, where they probably keep track of who's coming in and out and all that. There is a old man with gray hair, who is dressed in somewhat fine clothes, sitting at the desk, looking at some papers.
Could I have also bought a pipe while I was there? Sorry.
Yeah, that's fine. 2 copper.
Okay.
Yeah, before I actually go into the museum, just because, again, so Zephylos has kind of dealt with mild levels of archaeology. Part of his mundane chores given to him by the tower was like going to the desert and like helping with archaeological digs and like historical stuff like that, and that's how he found the hole. He went to this rabbit hole, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, before he goes in, he'll just ritual cast detect magic in case there's like any, like, of course there's going to be like, this is a spoon from Centestin, but like sometimes there might be something more valuable.
So in a city like this one, and even in like smaller towns, people might not like you casting like random magic that not everybody understands in plain sight. And you would probably know this. Yeah, what do you wanna do?
Uh,
Probably if you started just like ritually casting a spell in the middle of the street, like some guard is gonna be like, "Hey, stop that,"
right.
because they don't know what you're doing.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe they think I'm raising an undead army in the middle of Varrock.
Yeah, I
Who would
mean,
do
it's
that?
kind of like the equivalent of just like pulling out a gun in the middle of like the street somewhere, or I don't know, but like not actually shooting it, you know?
Okay. That's fine for now then. But I'll still go to the museum, and yeah, I'll go up to the front desk and just like inquire and say, I'd like to look around at the exhibits. Yeah.
Ah, very good. Let's see. Our admission price is going to be 4 silver pieces.
Sure. I'll give him a gold to break.
He hands you back the 6 silver, and he has you write down your name on a piece of parchment that he hands you, which has a short list of people's names and the dates of the visitors that have come by recently.
Yeah, I'll register myself.
He takes the parchment back from you, and then walks over to one of the nearby doors and opens it, letting you through.
Yeah.
At this point, I'm not sure how much detail really I could go into, but the museum is mostly comprised of small sort of displays of interesting little artifacts. Some of them are as mundane as little ceramic shards of unidentified objects, like a bowl or a pot or something from long ago. Others might be a little bit more interesting, like a nicely a well-crafted silver amulet with a in the shape of a Saradominist star with a small sapphire at the center. Yeah. Is there? You said you were interested in looking at relics of Zarosian origin. What would be there? There probably would be at least one display that has like a small metal insignia with the symbol of Zaros. It looks fairly plain. It might have been like like an identifying little badge that someone might have worn, something like that. But it is most definitely of that origin and is labeled such at in its display.
Right. What's it called? And I remember you said for looking for magic items and stuff, and scrolls included, that I could roll like investigation and like downtime.
Yeah.
Specifically, I guess so. I'd be looking for possible like blood magic scrolls, like maybe like because I remember when I went to the museum here where I live, like, and in the ancient Egypt exhibit, there was like really old papyrus like script from Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe like part of my investigation is like looking through the exhibit and like seeing if they have like they found like a scroll and they think it's just normal, but I know like, oh no, that's a blood scroll right there.
Okay, so from a meta standpoint, consider this. The Saradominists and the Zamorakians went very much out of their way to destroy traces of Zaros's existence from this area of the region during and after the God Wars. So you'd probably be even less likely to find a scroll of Zarosian magic than like even mundane Zarosian items. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, they probably would have just destroyed all of them that they could possibly find. You will certainly... I have plans for you to be able to find some blood magic scrolls, but it will probably not be here.
Okay. Noted.
So, don't worry.
All right. Finger guns. I did finger guns, but you can't see me.
I did not see them. No, I can do it. You just have to wait like 8 seconds to see it. And have the stream open.
All right. I'll open the stream by the time it
Quick.
loads. I should see finger guns. Hold on. Twitch.
Oh, you're gonna
Dragon
have to watch the ad.
Oh no, the ad.
Unless you're subscribed, like Dr. Shab.
I'm not subscribed. I don't have money.
Same.
All right. Okay, but yeah. Other than that, so less the Rosian. Then I instead of looking for scrolls, because scrolls were on my list. Actually, now that I have it in mind, I realized that you did like a whole like homebrew for just normal ass like staff of air, staff of fire.
Yeah.
And there's like a staff shop in Varrock. So can I try doing some investigation to maybe see if I can pimp out my inventory with a staff?
So yeah, the elemental staves are, you know, they're gonna be, they're magic items. Those are gonna be lumped with those, and thus rather rare, and you're gonna have to search around for a significant amount of time to try and find them.
I'll say that's the rest of my my day is just looking
Okay.
for those.
Are you going to grab another member of your party to help you look around and drag them around the town for like 4 hours?
I'll inquire if Derma wants to come with, because I think the other two are like messing around with insignias and stuff.
Oh yeah, they might be doing that now.
All right, Dermo is silent.
I'm gonna assume that he doesn't have any objections to that, and I don't think he would. Unless
You
he
would
was...
assume
Oh, there he is.
wrong.
Oh no!
All right, what was the question? Sorry, I was bringing my stuff inside.
Is Dermo willing to follow Zephylos around the city in search of magic items for a
You
couple
know
hours?
damn sure I'd be following that boy.
All right, cool.
I don't think I've ever lived a moment of my life out of his butt for the entire time I've known him. He is my leader, even though I will not admit it.
Cool. So either each of you can make a regular investigation check, or one of you can make one with advantage.
It's up to
may I
you
make
on
a
which one you want to do.
suggestion?
I have my tablet, so if you want, I can roll it as well. Let me see what my investigation modifier is.
I bet Zephylos has a good one. Oh yeah, he's proficient,
attributes.
definitely.
Investigation, I have a 0 modifier, so I mean it'd just be a straight roll.
You know, I'll take the advantage if you want.
Yeah, go ahead. You do that.
Yeah, I'll give advantage.
All right, big money. Let's see what you got. Ooh, that's really good. Oh, you're gonna find lots of shit now. Okay. Whether or not you can afford it is a different question.
Yeah, I figured I wouldn't, based on the other prices that you listed in the Discord tab.
Possibly not. I'm going to attempt to price my scrolls not that expensive, because you gotta pay to put them in your book anyway.
I'm not seeing his roll. What did he roll? I just
He
see
rolled
the
a 22.
Oh, I only see Cone's 9. Why is it not showing his up-to-date stuff?
I don't know.
Yeah, there was
see
one more
the
hidden
to-do
roll by
list
Dragon.
and then that 9.
Yeah. Maybe you need to refresh. I don't know. Okay, so you
okay.
have a look around the city. Being one that is very familiar with magic items, you kind of know the places to look and the questions to ask different people when you are trying to locate them. And you are very happy in this big city because there are quite a few of them around that you are able to find. And I will preface this by saying that you probably will never find this many magic items in one place ever again in the campaign, because this is a big city. But you find several, and I'm going to list them out here. So in order of less cool to more cool and more expensive. As for scrolls, you find... I'm typing these out right here. You find a scroll of Vicious Mockery, which is a cantrip. A scroll of Fog Cloud, which is a level 1 spell. A scroll of Maximilian's Earthen Grasp, which is level 2. A scroll of Magic Circle, which is level 3. And a scroll of Gaseous Form, which is also level 3. Those are the scrolls you find. Let's see. The level 3 scrolls you'll be able to get for about 200 gold. The level 2s you can get for about 120. And then the level 1 is 60. The cantrip scroll is only 20. But you can't copy the
Quick
cantrip
question.
scrolls, obviously.
How much was the payout per person from the job that we completed?
65.
69 gold pieces you each got.
Is that including the bonus and the hazard pay?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Those are the costs.
Perfect.
There are a number of other items as well. And I'm writing those out now. Although I haven't come up with prices for those yet, so that's going to be fun. But these are those items. A magic shortbow and longbow, an amulet of strength, and a staff of water. All of those are uncommon magic items, which means they'll each be somewhere between 100 and 500 gold cost.
Hey, sorry, can you repeat the selection one more time? Oh, you just right there. Never mind.
I put it in the chat. Can you see chat?
Yeah.
And for meta purposes, I would say that you could probably return to the city and still find these for sale, unless it's been like more than 2 weeks or something.
Okay. Just curious. I inquire what the staff of water does.
The Staff of Water. It is one of those staffs that has charges, and you can expend charges to cast spells from it. And the spell that this one has is Ice Knife.
Shenanigans. That's Erosian.
Wait a minute. I'm trying not to lean too heavily into a literal interpretation of the Zerosian magical elements.
Yeah. No, I'm messing with it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not bad. More
it's,
ice knives.
It's 3 charges, 1 charge to cast it, regains 1d3 charges per day.
And of the range
and you can
of...
also use it as a magic quarterstaff.
Nice.
Magic word or staff?
Quarterstaff. It's a simple magic weapon as well.
Yeah, I just thought you said warder. I was laughing about that.
Magic water staff. We already knew it was that.
From the range of 100 to 500, where's the staff fall?
This is probably going to be on the more expensive end because it's literally both a magic weapon and has spells in it.
Mm-hmm.
Probably somewhere between 400 and 500.
Okay. And what does Amulet of Strength do?
The Amulet of Strength.
You're not gonna believe this.
You're not going to believe this, but it makes you stronger. No, it gives you a +2 bonus to melee weapon damage rolls and requires attunement.
Okay. I mean, these are all cool, but I'm not particularly interested in any of them. So, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to buy 25 gold worth of potion stuff. And
Okay.
then not buy anything else because I'm either too broke or disinterested.
Alrighty. Sounds good. I do have a note of these items, so if you return
Hey,
later,
Zephylos.
you will be able to find them without a check. Without an
Zephylos,
investigation
is there
check.
any item that you were wanting to buy that you couldn't afford?
Staff of Water is semi-interesting, but far too expensive for what it does. In
Is
my
that
humble and
is that the
broke
500?
opinion.
Is that the 500 gold one or what?
Yeah, it's just about.
Okay.
In fact, I'm actually thinking maybe the amulet strength would be good, but not for myself. Probably for
How much
Con
is
if I had to think.
How much is that amulet strength?
Oh, I don't know. We'll say that is 350.
350 gold.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that seems fair.
Yeah, perhaps as we get more jobs in Renown, we'll be able to afford some of these, but... Yeah, other than that, I can't
Maybe we'll be
actually...
able to ask for a reduction in price if we do odd jobs around the city.
Again, maybe, but even, for example, the Staff of Water, perhaps I'd be more interested in one of the other elements, so I'm not committed to the idea of saving for these items. Like, for example, the spells are alright, but they don't really suit my magic. In fact, the cantrip I can't even cast. So... It, again, they're fine magic items, but not for me.
Also,
So we could tell them how much you hate it.
to be clear from a meta standpoint, I have a table that I rolled to select these items, which is a short list of relatively common magic items in my eyes, which includes a number of amulets, rings, some of the more simple magic weapons, and the staves.
Yeah. No, again, they seem cool. It's just, yeah, none of them speak to Zephylos.
Also,
They're also
money.
expensive. Yeah.
Well, you did only complete like one quest so far, so
Yeah. I mean,
It's
yeah.
good to know. Good to know.
these will probably be here for like much of the campaign. So like you could come back like literally in the middle of the campaign and might still be able to buy these or different ones when you have more money. But I also hand out a decent number of items just from actually doing stuff. So
I'm gonna hand out some items too. Mostly hugs.
Aw.
It might hurt a lot though because I'm a 600-pound beast with some literal knives sticking out my back.
Watch. One of these days
Oh,
we're going to be taken prisoner, and I want to use one of your quills as a dagger when we have to do a prison break.
Oh, I can see that, dude. That's gonna be the way.
Can't you literally just cast? Well, I guess
He
you need to
said,
spell
like,
it.
we don't have two Garaha with more natural weapons than regular weapons.
Hmm. Alrighty. If there are any other city things that need to be done, let me know. Otherwise, we will cut to probably the next day and the departure from the city.
Just to verify with everything that we bought and anything, is do we have a semi-permanent residence, or is this like still pretty much carry anything you don't want to lose forever?
You're staying at an inn, so you do not have a residence.
Okay. So with that being said, everything in my person, or on my person, should I say, um, would I have any trouble carrying this, or is this all like realistic for me to carry?
I mean, what do you have that wouldn't be realistic?
I don't know. I'm asking you. It's your job, man.
I mean, yeah, it's probably fine. We tend
Okay.
not to think too hard about how people in D&D would carry all the items that they supposedly have in their inventory.
Right.
Because
I'm
it's
just
not
asking. I
interesting.
like to. I don't want to assume things and then, you know.
Yeah.
just.
Yeah, I mean, the only time that you're gonna want to be worried is if you, like, reach your over encumbrance weight, which is usually way higher than you'll ever, like, need to be worried about, even if you don't have good strength.
I worry about
Or
everything.
if you're carrying, like, a bunch of stuff that is, like, occupies a huge volume for some reason, which I don't even know what that would be.
20 gallons of water.
Yeah, like, if you're like
a whole
if you're like, I need to carry, like, a year's worth of hay for my sheep, I'm gonna be like, no, you can't do that. You know.
Okay, wait, hold up, Mr. DM.
But if it's like
I
2
feel like this is
weeks, then I
targeting.
don't care. That's fine.
I feel like you're targeting me for a. Are you assuming that I'm the type of person to carry a year's worth of hay for a sheep? Because I absolutely am. But that's none of your business.
Hmm.
All right. Other than that, yeah, I think I'm all set. I think I have everything that my character will, at least within a normal time frame, need. So he will be ready for Betty by.
Alrighty. The group heads back to the inn. Has a good rest. The rooms here are.
Before we go to bed, could he take note of the constellations and draw them out?
Oh, yeah, of course.
All right, thank you.
You spend a good 20-30 minutes looking at the stars and drawing what you see.
Do I get any repeats from my memory, or do these still all seem entirely what do you call
mean
it?
From his home plane?
Exactly. Yes.
Oh, yes, they are completely different. Still, of course.
Oh, of course they're different, yeah, but you know, any kind of similar layouts, any kind of similar orientation.
He probably would, like, kind of start to almost recognize some patterns that look familiar, but then he'll, like, notice something that, like, disproves it, you know? But so
Yeah. The hopeful optimism, absolutely.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Okay, perfect. Yeah, that's exactly what I want to do, and then I'm gonna, do a little shut eye.
Alrighty. Everybody sleeps, gets up the next morning, has a hearty breakfast, and prepares to depart.
What was served?
Oh, sorry.
What was served?
Yeah.
Oh man. You guys know I'm bad at coming up with food.
Yeah, that's why I always ask.
They have a fried eggs, okay, with some pork, with some a little bit of exotic spices.
Mm-hmm. What kind of pork? We're talking like medallions, pork steak. What are we talking?
Some pork chops, but like not crappy ones, like pretty decent ones.
You know I'm gonna ask.
They're nice and moist, not dry.
They're nice and porky.
Man,
yeah,
I
so
love
what's
it
the
when my
marbling
pork is
like on
pork.
these?
What did you say, August?
Oh, I was joking, saying asking about the marbling.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, there is a module you can download it's like a tavern generator. It'll just make a bunch of tables for you, and you can roll it, and it'll make a meal for you if you want. I use it for mine. It's fun.
That is too much work to describe.
That's fine. I'm just
something
gonna
so
ask you every
mundane.
time because I'm curious what we're eating.
Oh my god.
I'm just telling you. Hey, I'm gonna probably grab a bowl of that, like as I do, and bring it back up to Daishu, who's likely doing his morning ritual.
His
Yeah, this
morning
time
tool creation rituals.
This time I'm definitely not awake before you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm back to the usual, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to bring a plate of, it's pretty much all stacked on top of each other. The pork chop and the eggs on top, and I'm gonna like wave it in front of Deshu's face and say, "Brother, it's time to wake. Gain your strength." I'm gonna place the chest, like on his chest, the plate, like.
It'd help if I wasn't muted. Well, smell breakfast. Kind of bleary-eyed. Wake up. Thank you, brother. Start to kind of like lazily shovel food into my mouth.
I'm gonna say, as you like pull out a fork, I'm gonna say, "Do you have the tools for this meal?"
Oh Lord.
I look at my hands.
Conjure a fork.
More like conjure a fork.
Hey.
Yeah, just eat some breakfast.
As we all do.
Indeed.
Is there what's it called? Is there vegetarian options as well as what do you call it? Sheep options?
They hand you a whole plate full of, get this, steamed cabbage.
Oh my god.
My cabbages.
Now, question about these steamed cabbages.
Yeah.
Butter or no butter?
Salt.
Oh yeah, salty cabbage, my favorite.
This is actually pretty lore accurate. Because I'm pretty sure the Blue Moon Inn has a cabbage farm in its backyard.
Wait. Yeah, I totally planned that, right?
Heard it here first, folks. That was all planned.
Yes. Every time that you guys are like, oh, that makes so much sense. Yep, I planned it. Totally was not at all a coincidence. Alrighty then.
You know what, DM? You are absolutely Nostradamus.
What does that mean?
Nostradamus is the guy who predicted like crazy amounts of stuff.
Oh.
Like he predicted like certain massive world events that have come true, and so people pretty much like take his word as gospel.
Interesting.
He was a philosopher.
Yeah, he just thought a lot, and people assign way too much value to everything he said. Like
So
he
was
literally
that a
could be
compliment?
like, he could be like, yeah,
I mean,
no, I was joking about
we aren't
you being
honoring that man properly because we'll be like, all right, calm down, Nostradamus. When someone says something that's a little bit deep and it's not honoring the guy properly because he did have some, good wisdoms for the world. But like, yeah, I think we definitely kind of looked into him a little too much.
Yeah, no, he would say something like, for instance, he'd be like, there will be glowing screens in the future, and people are like, wow, he predicted TVs and cell phones, but he literally never predicted that. He just said there will be a thing. It's like, that could have been a million things, but
Right.
Anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I'm joking about you predicting like where we're gonna think about something, or like knowing exactly, 20 steps ahead, like chess game.
Isn't that how you run all your campaigns? 20 steps ahead of the players?
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't
definitely.
run any campaigns.
No,
I definitely don't have like only 1 or 2 sessions worth of content ready at a time.
What you do is you always give them a random perception check that leads to nowhere, and they all fail it. And then when they start speculating, the worst thing you throw into the campaign. That's what happens. That's what you do.
Yeah, they start writing the campaign like, oh, I bet
you
this
let
is
the
what
players
happened.
like, oh god, what did we fail? I rolled a 22. What did we fail? I didn't see anything. And you're like, well, what's watching us? You're like, you just let them talk and figure it out, and then you're like, it is that great. That's what I wanted to do now.
Like when you guys didn't try that doorknob.
Yeah. don't remind me, okay? I'm still very proud of how we've gotten through this entire campaign with no basic human features. Like
Anyhow,
trying doorknobs.
we were indeed playing D&D. Shall the party head out from the city then? Speak now or forever hold your peace.
Oh, I'm holding it. Yeah, I think we're good. Does anyone else have anything pressing?
I'm good.
All right. So,
Yeah.
you leave the city.
I'm happy.
Good. You leave the city, passing through the east gates this time, and heading up the road, crossing into some of the surrounding farmland, and then soon after into a moderately wooded area here. You are starting to get tired for the day's travel when you reach about this point here. Can I move the thing? Yeah, this point right here. At which point you see there's a fork in the road, one continuing onward toward your destination. The other is labeled with a sign which says that there's an inn a short distance in that direction.
Okay, so wait, I'm trying to figure out. So, am I on the right map? Oh, I see Jolly Boar Inn.
Yeah, it's up in
Yeah,
the
we're
corner.
up
Yeah,
here.
you gotta move
We're
your.
up here.
Oh,
Top
okay,
right.
okay. Oh, okay. Am I super zoomed out, or is there just the bird? Is that all of us? Is that the party token?
That's the party
That
token.
is the party token. on
Okay,
the
okay,
world.
For now, at
Just making
least.
sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we've been traveling for how long?
You are at like 80% of your travel distance for the day. You are at 20 out of 24 miles
wow.
when you reach this fork in the road.
Yeah. So we see an inn, or we see a sign for an inn.
Yep.
How tired are we? Like, are we exhausted, or is this just another Wednesday for Dermo?
We're probably about 80% exhausted, assuming
You're-
24
yes,
miles
you
is.
are probably about 20 out of 20, 24ths exhausted
Yeah.
for the day.
I'm saying for Dermo's standard of
I mean, yeah,
exhaustion.
you're pretty tired. A full day's worth of travel takes quite a bit of energy out of you, even you seasoned travelers.
Okay. Yeah. I will absolutely point towards the sign, and take note and specify stopping would be a good decision. And if you don't agree, I will eat you.
Oh. So much for
Wow.
being a vegetarian.
Okay,
You're not
I will
you when you're
name
hungry.
you.
Dermo, eat a Snickers.
Yeah, we gotta invent the Snicker so I can eat one. Any people against the idea of stopping for the night at the Jolly Boar Inn?
I think
mean,
like a fine idea.
Yeah, it seems like a good place to rest. I don't think this is probably the first inn we've seen on the whole trip today.
Yes, yeah.
It looks like there's nothing else.
Are we wanting to
I don't
risk
think we've
another
seen
20
anything.
miles? I'm not.
Or more, yeah. I mean, shit.
We want to risk another 20 miles to find another inn. I don't have the energy.
The
Let's crash here.
energy.
Early night means early morning, means we get there earlier. Job's done, more money, another job, right?
Okay, so with that settled, it is only early evening when you arrive here, but you are tired and need to rest your legs and your bodies for the rest of the day before traveling tomorrow. It was going to be a 2-day journey anyhow. So you head into the inn. It is not particularly large. It seems that there are a decent number of people who stop here doing some work in the local area here. You overhear talk about a lumber mill that is apparently nearby, and infer that many of the patrons of this inn are workers there. The rooms here are going to be the normal rate, 5 silver. And they have a handful of drinking options, and of course the 5 silver will
know
include your
basic
food.
math?
Yes.
Does Dermo understand like what 5 times 4 would be?
Yes.
He would like to pay for everyone.
Aw.
I mean, Zephyrus won't say no. He pretty much paid at Draenor for the two of them.
Oh yeah, that's true.
We wouldn't expect you to, because he's expecting that no one will stand up against his power. I'm joking. Can you imagine he just becomes a dick? Just like, yeah, I'm paying for your shit.
Oh no, if someone
like-
said, hey loser, I'll pay your rent for the month, I wouldn't be too upset, you know?
Yeah.
Hey man, there's a few
Nice.
stories like that online. But it's normally not safe for work.
Go on.
Don't.
We don't want to go there. We actually had a meeting at the beginning of this campaign stating, please, no fucking.
No cringe.
We did. That was part of our session 0.
Yeah, we had to sign a contract and everything.
Yep.
Wait, you guys didn't sign a contract?
No, that was only you. Okay.
Because you just were like, yeah, we already know he's gonna be the one.
If you guys want to do any more RP at this location, we can. Else we
Yeah,
will
who's here?
continue.
Like, is there anyone in the Jolly Boar Inn that looks interesting, or is it all just pretty much regular kids?
It looks like these are mostly, like I said, people that work at a small number of places nearby. The most prevalent group being a handful of lumber mill workers.
Okay. Any of them look interesting, or do they just look like dudes? Though, like are these guys who like look like they have a
Interesting.
story to tell, or do they just look like guys who just want to die?
They don't look like they want to die. They're trying to have a good time. They're telling jokes, making fun of each other. You know.
So they look like they have some level of rapport. These aren't just some strangers. They know each other. They know the in jokes and stuff.
They look like they are friends with one another.
Okay.
Spend a lot of time together.
Could I take a little seedy poo? One of the tables that aren't directly in their group, but like right next to it.
They are seated at the bar.
Oh, at the bar. Okay, is there an open bar table or seat? Stool?
There is a seat open next to them, and there are a few seats away.
Okay, I would like to sit as close to them as possible and listen into the conversations and try to understand and take note. As Dermo is one to do, taking note of human activities and trying to emulate and understand their culture.
Okay. You have a seat next to the man that's sitting sort of at the end of the group.
Okay.
He doesn't notice you at first because he's busy chatting away with his buddies, and then depending on which way you or the rest of the party is looking, some of you might notice one of his friends starts kind of staring at you, and then the guy that you're sitting right next to looks at him and then turns over towards you, and he goes, "Oh, whoa! You scared me. What?
Good morning.
Oh my gods! What are you?"
I'm a Gobi.
I have never heard of that.
Most haven't.
He like is staring you up and down with curiosity. He looks to be a little bit drunk. He's kind of swaying a little bit in his seat, speaking a little slow.
You live in these parts.
Well, yep. I live over by in Varrock. You know, I work at the mill up the road over here.
Is there anything anything out of the ordinary in these parts? We're traveling through on the road, but I'm sure there's been.
You know what? There is something out of the ordinary.
If you say it's me, I will be upset.
It's John, and he like points back at his friend without looking at him. And he says nothing else to explain what he means.
Good catch, random citizen. Good catch.
Yeah, saved. totally couldn't tell. No, I mainly worry about things like wolves or feral creatures.
Well, there are some bears around here, but usually if you're in a group, they'll leave you alone.
Well, I am using the grouping system.
Uh-huh.
The RuneScape 3 thing.
We're all in my friend chat, so
Yeah, we're in a
fine.
friend chat with loot share turned on. Everyone make sure you have coin share disabled.
Turn off coin share.
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
that unlocked a core memory right there.
I mean,
Unlocked a core
imagine the
memory.
four of us are defeating a big bad, and then it drops to the floor, and it's 240 shards for something. You know how? What a nightmare.
Yeah, what the hell are we supposed to do with this crap? What am I supposed to do with 332 Elysian sigil shards? Can't sell this.
You actually can. It's tradable on the GE. But anyway, we're heading on our way to Paterdomus. Are you aware of this location?
Potter, what? I never heard of it. What's that?
It's a temple up the road, I believe.
Oh, I think I heard about it. Yeah, people say it looks nice. Not a lot of people go over there though.
Okay, but you never hear anything scary or haunting of it.
Well, they say that the country that's over there on the other side, way to the east of Varrock, is really spooky and scary.
To the east, there's another region.
Yeah.
What is this region that's so scary?
I'm not really sure what it is about it, but nobody goes over there.
It seems like I may have to do the same. I appreciate you. Would you like another drink?
Sure.
And then he'll go ahead and put a I don't know. Do you think he has split money? I don't know. Does he only have gold coins, or would he have some silver on him?
He probably does not have a gold coin. He might have.
No, not him. I'm talking about Dermo.
Oh, Dermo. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Whichever you want.
Yeah, I'm just gonna give some money over to the bar, to roll some shots over to them, or not shots, but beers.
How much?
Like just a small round for them. Nothing crazy.
Yeah. Okay. So like, we'll see. There's like 4 of them, and I think a mug of ale is like 2 copper. So, you know,
Yeah. I mean,
1
just
silver or
what?
something would be
Yeah,
enough to buy them around.
Yeah, just enough to remind them that I own them. You know. Just,
They
I want to keep slipping weird.
when the bartender explains to the rest of them that what you just did, they all like raise their mugs and they give a nice cheer.
Dermo would be extremely confused about this gesture, but
Here,
relishes it. Relishes in it, and
I got my mug. Hey.
Yes. I do. Good. I just want like Dermo to slowly turn into like a super manipulative, like weird guy, but no, he is not going to own anyone until the end of the campaign, when it turns out to be the BEG, of course.
Well, alrighty. Anything else for this?
No, I think other than that, I would just go to sleep.
Alrighty. The party goes to sleep. The rooms are serviceable. Definitely a downgrade from the nice in the Blue Moon, but they do the job. You wake up well rested and get a quick bite to eat and then head out.
I would like to bring some boiled cabbage with me.
Okay. That's fine.
Yes, thank you.
The following day you head back to the Fork and then continue east on your way to the temple. Okay. Eventually you can see what you believe to be the temple in the distance. It is a nice building, a very nice building. It's kind of in the middle of nowhere out here. There's not a whole lot going on here. There are a few small farms scattered about, but not like the densely packed farms that you saw around Lumbridge or very close to Varrock. And so this very beautiful temple is an interesting sight out here. Let's see. The temple has sort of like 2 tall spires, which whose bases flank the large stone doors at the front. It looks to be about 3 stories tall, with the spires being significantly higher, reaching up into the sky. You can see that there is some stained glass. The inside, however, because it is daytime, it is difficult to make out what the stained glass depicts from the outside, because it's darker inside than outside. But you can see that there's some kind of stained glass on the front. You head closer to the temple, and then at this point we're gonna place you guys onto a map so that you can roam about. And let me get that going. And then, oh, I think I have different music for this zone. I do. Let's see what that is. Let's go into the bot and tell it to shut up, and then tell it to come back.
Before we engage with the temple, can I do the mage armor and then what's it called? Mage armor into arcane recovery shenanigans?
Mage armor. Oh. Is arcane recovery a short rest?
Yeah.
As long as everyone's cool with waiting an hour.
Wait, weren't we on Oh, I see. He's gonna do one short rest and then use the other.
Does arcane recovery, is it your level?
That's my level. Rounded up.
Half your level rounded up. Oh, you could
Yeah.
get a second level slot back from that then.
Well,
One.
what I'll do is because Dermo wears like leather, right?
I
Mhm.
do.
I'll give him a mage armor as well,
Oh.
Oh,
and that way we're both rocking that 13 plus Dex armor class.
Ah, very
Okay.
nice.
Okay,
Please
very cool.
remind me of that next session, or I will immediately forget.
Yeah, write down your character sheet, Dermo, because I won't remember either.
Okay, what do I need to add? A plus what?
So it's effectively a +2 because we're not using your leather armor class anymore. It's now.
Where would I add that? Just into my armor class specifically, or what?
Here, I got you. I'm gonna add an effect to your thing. I think I can do it this way. Mage armor effect. Can I drag this onto your sheet? Is that how that works?
Yeah, let me just mark off my my use of arcane recovery.
Okay. I'm gonna add this manually really quick here. Add effect. Here we go. Mage armor. Ooh, fun noise. Effects. Add.
Yeah, so just for this, you'll have to take off your armor, Dermo.
Oh, that's true.
Like I know they don't stack, but the spell specifically states can't even wear it, even if you're not benefiting from it.
Oh, okay. I mean,
That's
that's
true.
completely fine. I can remove. How do you remove it?
Here, hang on. I think this may or may not work. Okay, I don't think it worked. But effect value. What is your dex score? 14, so that'd give him 15.
You'd have a
But
15 armor
15,
class.
Does it work? Damn it. Okay, I don't think that worked properly.
Because my dex is
there's
also
a
14.
there's a little selectable thing there. Ah, okay. All right. Well, I just went and sort of manually changed your armor thing, but we'll have to remember to change it back later.
That's fair.
But yeah, if you hover your mouse over where it says armor class in your sheet and you click the little gear, there's a pop-up window that then lets you select a calculation.
Okay.
And so there's like flat value, natural armor, mage armor, monk and barbarian unarmored defense in there. So I just picked mage armor. We'll have to switch it back to equipped armor, or flat or whatever.
Yeah, just remind me if I ever forget. Okay, so that gives me a pretty decent chunk of the class. So.
I am leaving that up to your responsibility to remember to change it back, but I will try to remember as well.
Yeah, that's fine.
But yeah,
I
these
will
things
never
are
forget.
ultimately the player's responsibility to remember.
I will
Okay.
never forget.
Anyhow, let's see. Let's go on this map now, and let me make sure that this is working.
I like to think that
properly.
your mage armor is very similarly flavored to mine. So you now get like plates of
Does it look like red and bloody and weird?
It'd probably be like the crimson plates that I'm wearing, but more suited to fit his shape. Like he doesn't get the Mandalorian helmet, only I do.
Well, my Mandalorian helmet.
Also, why is the
be hilarious though, getting
bot not actually playing the music that I told it to? Why would you do this to me? Leave. Now join. Now play. Wait, is that the wrong link? Is that why? Play that. There we go. Loop Q. Okay. Alright, we got it. So, You get a little bit closer look at the temple, which is kind of as I described before. Looking kind of beyond the temple here, you can see... is this the map where I had a... Oh, I thought I had those cool sound effect things that would doing a thing. Where's that? Why is that? Oh, okay, I see what's happening. Anyway, having a look sort of beyond the temple, you can see up in the sky, it's kind of dark and gloomy up ahead. And you can start to hear the sounds of rushing water as you get a little bit closer to the temple here as well.
What does the temple look like?
It is not that big, but it's fairly tall, about 3 or 4 stories high, it looks like. There are 2 tall spires that flank this front door here, that go maybe another 2 floors up from the highest floor there. Yeah, it's made out of a somewhat old-looking gray stone.
Is this like a cemetery I'm seeing kind of over here?
Yes, there is a cemetery right over there that is clearly associated with the temple.
I have my mic on.
All right, I guess we go to doors. What Zephylo suggests.
Daisha would nod.
Also, GM, if you can throw out my bird, that'd be appreciated. Riggy's with us.
Owl familiar. There he is.
It's the boy. Let's go. You know, big brain. I should actually just use Blood Seal on my bird so that my familiar doesn't die to 1 hit.
Wait, that would actually be kind of big brain.
Yeah,
give
because
him all of your HP as temp HP, and then just have him do everything.
And the wait, I could have given him mage armor as well, and made the familiar the tank.
Oh my god, 14 AC and like 20 temp HP owl.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Okay, that's a note for next time.
Write that down. Write that down.
Speaking of temp HP, Con, you want some temp HP?
Yeah, I long rested because we slept at the inn or whatever. I didn't do that, but I was gonna say that I was gonna kind of look at you because I know we did that thing when no one was around, and I'm not sure I want to do that kind of stuff in front of Daishu because I don't know how he's gonna react to those kinds of magics. But yeah, I'm gonna like sneak over to you and like we'll figure out the health here.
All right, so we're doing it. Do I have to take a special 25 GP dagger?
Are you asking me?
Daishu. Not Daishu, Con. We're doing it?
Yeah, I'll like kind of nod and like I'll be like, but let's do it quietly.
Okay, well, I'm casting a spell, so I'm sure they're going to notice. They're both inclined to the arcane.
I'll look back and give Daishu like this kind of unassuring smile as we do the spells.
Okay. I'll cut my hand open and draw blood runes on you. but I do it really quick and rush because I'm not doing it as a ritual. I'm doing it as a bonus action. Because I don't want to eat up all of our time. Actually, there's no apparent rush. Can I take 10 minutes just to like doodle on you?
Yeah, I mean that's fine. I don't care.
Because worst case scenario, something comes out to meet us, but that means we're bringing the fight to us. You know,
You're literally just gonna draw on me.
that's how the spell is. I draw like runes of protection on you with my blood, and my blood becomes your temp HP.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, as you're drawing on me, I'm gonna be like, what is this?
Same thing I did before.
Okay.
Remember, I drew the symbols, and then when you got hit, it didn't hurt.
Oh yes, like in the swamp.
Yes, like in the swamp. Oh shoot! I didn't want to consume a spell slot.
Oh, and we had to listen to that watermelon sound.
I want to use. Sorry, I have to see how many hit points I have to spend for a second level spell, because the level spell actually affects like how much HP I can dump into something.
Hmm. So, oh my god.
Second level, I can do.
The wall of bookkeeping.
Okay, it's going to be 14.
14 temp.
No. That's how much HP I'm dumping into it.
Ooh, that's a good roll.
And then I take 14 damage and get bloodied.
Ooh.
You're giving it to your owl?
No, that's you, homie.
Oh, the owl was selected, so I.
Oh, was it? Yeah, no.
Yeah,
It's
you were selecting that one when you made the roll. It's good.
it's for you.
Got it. And as he does that, I'll kind of put my hand on his chest, and you'll see like a red energy come out of him, and I'll say, "Feed me your sins," and you'll replenish 10 health points.
How do the others react to me, like, cutting my hand open and drawing, like, symbols on him
That
and him,
is
like...
what I want to know, because I didn't see that one yet.
They haven't seen this trick yet.
They were away.
Yeah, so I think if it was like... If it had been
Does
really quick
Dermot
as
do this directly, or is this like something that they're trying to hide actively?
It
I
would
wasn't trying to be
difficult
obvious.
hide, I think, unless it doesn't have a verbal component.
I'm doing it as a ritual, so
Oh,
it's,
yeah,
it's
so
more
it would be 10
extravagant.
minutes.
It would be
It's 10
impossible
minutes
to
of me,
hide.
like, chanting
Yeah.
and, like, cutting my hand open and drawing
Yeah.
all these, like, eldritch-looking symbols.
Yep.
And, like, telling Khan to turn around, I have to draw some on his back, and, like, you know...
Okay.
It's not well hidden.
I mean, at some point, during the ritual, I would have walked up to Khan and was, what is going on, brother?
It is a preparatory magic spell in case we get into some deep shit like we have before.
Okay. I mean, Deishu would trust Khan's judgment, so like it's kind of fucking weird, but Khan was also from a different tribe. He's from a different caste and a different tribe, so this could be normal warrior shit. I don't know.
It's just because he's a blood rager.
Yeah, the blood part tends to scare some people, so he's being a little secretive about it until he like feels out how you feel about it.
It's not something I've been directly. I think he would just assume this is normal for Khan and not second guess it, but he's kind of like, what? Well, all right, that's okay.
Seeing a bunch of dudes cut into themselves to bolster each other's strength definitely could be seen as odd to someone who's not experienced it
Probably.
before.
I don't know what you're talking about. What? That's every Friday Night Press.
Yeah,
That's pretty much. He cuts himself to buff me, and my lay on hands pull flavor is I pretty much like open a wound in my hand to force healing into someone.
We do the bloody handshake.
Yeah, we do the bloody handshake pretty much.
But yeah, no, Zephylos, on the other hand, is not, worried about hiding it because you guys have already literally seen him, like, rip blood out of people with his cantrip, and
Yeah.
like he's boiled
That's true.
Count Draenor alive. So I think the most gruesome of his powers have already been let out. So he's like, this is kind of tame for what he's done.
What's the time on that, by the way, Danny? It's an hour or 2?
I believe it's 1 hour. I'll double check for you. Blood Seal is...
I see it.
Says for the duration, so what's the duration?
Duration's bonus action, creature 1, 30 feet distance, 1 hour duration.
Yep.
Yeah, 1 hour. So probably until it's used up when we go in there and get stabbed by a million vampires.
Hell yeah, brother!
You don't know.
I don't know what you're
that
talking
there's
about,
any-
vampires.
What do you
I
mean?
definitely
It's
haven't
just-
done this quest a half a dozen
It's just
times.
Drezel. He just lost the keys.
Oh yeah. Oh, sorry. I forgot how that quest went. My bad.
I genuinely don't know what you're talking about. There's no vampires in this quest. Never heard of one.
There's
No.
there's a priest in this quest, and if I'm not
Peril.
mistaken, he's
in
gleeful.
peril.
Oh, he's peril. That's it. Okay.
Is he in peril?
I was
God,
mistaken
we're
on the
such
facts,
nerds.
but I guess I was. It's all right. You correct me.
Yeah, this priest is not doing the best.
He's doing his best, but it's certainly not the best.
Hey,
Alright.
you know, that's all we can do, right? We can just give
Cephalos's gonna get it done.
The tank walks forward.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm gonna like up with Zephylos, ready to go.
All right.
I look
I'm
back
gonna-
the others if they're going to join us.
I'm following suit.
Yeah, like we'll gesture once we're done buffing. Like it's go time.
Once we're done buffing, yeah, let's get the raid buffs going. We gotta get the area buffs, and then we're gonna drink our pots, and
GM, I'm hitting the door button if that's
Okay.
all right with you.
Wait, but before you, I want them to come up because right as we go in, I want to bless them.
What do you want to do that now?
I want to do it the last minute I can because it's only a minute long. So I want to do it when they get to the door, right as we open it.
Okay.
Zephylos shakes the door handle and says it's locked.
It is indeed locked.
seems like that's the whole point of the quest, isn't it? Oh wait. So are we just like really overpaid locksmiths?
I'll pull out my locksmith kit and I'll look over at Zephylos holding this 20-pound battering ram and say, "I can pick the lock. What do you think?"
Wait, actually, to come and think about it, when I got locked out of my car, they charged me an arm and a leg. So maybe we're just regular paid locksmiths at this point.
We'll add that to the fees that when we get back for sure.
Well, I think if we destroy this door, that's going to come out of our pay.
Fine,
No.
we'll knock, and I'll
Make it-
put the battering ram away.
We'll just make
There
a
is
new
a large there is a large metal knocker on at the center of each of the stone doors.
It is a lot less fun, but I guess it does the same thing.
All right, you operate the knocker. It clangs. Nice knockers. And it lets out a low metal thud that you can hear. You can faintly hear echoing inside the building on the other side of the door. After about maybe 8 or 10 seconds, you hear a couple of footsteps before a voice answers through the door, shouting so that you can hear him through the big stone door without opening it. And the voice says, "Hello? Who's there?"
It is us from the King of Varrock. He has come to send us here. And I'm gonna look at Zephylos just like really sweating, like trying to figure out how to put what we're here for together.
I'll say, by order of the king, we're here to investigate.
Which is a lot easier if you let us in. I'll follow up with.
Who are you looking for?
resident of this temple.
Oh, that would be me, of course. What do you want?
You haven't ridden to Varrock in some time.
Yes, I was afraid to go outside. You see, there was this large beast that was roaming about outside. And I ran in here and I locked myself in.
And you would let us die to the same beast?
I didn't bring you here.
No, but we are here now. And if you let us die, you are responsible. Would this discussion not be easier inside, in the warmth of your home, in the warmth of your chapel, in the embrace of whatever god this is? I have no idea.
I suppose you might be right.
I usually am, but this door is still locked. I'm awfully outside for someone who's right.
Okay, hang on. I'll let you inside.
I'll look over to Zephylos like a kind of a proud gesture.
Okay.
I'm awfully outside for someone who's right. I love that.
I'm awfully outside. Is that what
I
you
said I'm awfully outside for someone who's right.
Oh my god.
That is just. I'm gonna start using that in my day-to-day life. Just obviously retrofit it to the conversation.
Incredible.
While they're getting the door open, I want to whisper. Maybe there's no danger. Perhaps the beast is what's, giving them a hard time. But wouldn't the carrier have mentioned a beast or even, died?
Let me hit you with this one, brother. I've nearly died inside of buildings more than outside of buildings. I'm glad we're going into this buffed up either way.
That's fair.
Maybe the beast is inside and this is his way of luring victims. There is an awful lot of gravestones.
You hear some clacking of the door as you can hear it unlatching. At which point, it quickly swings open. I'm gonna hit the pause button here really quick. Okay. It swings open, revealing a pair or a trio of men dressed in long red robes with hoods. And as soon as the door is open, this guy right here attacks you, Khan, who is standing.
What I fucking say? We've been attacked inside of buildings. Hey, let's change of pace.
So, I'm not going to count this as surprise, but I am going to count that as a readied action that he just did.
That's fair.
That one singular guy did.
I totally picture them whispering to each other, great, you open the door, I get the knife,
That is
and on the other side of the door, I was like, the beast could be inside this building ready to attack the whole time the door opens and he attacks, right as I'm saying it.
Yeah, I'm going to also assume that Durbo moved up here to be with everybody else.
Yeah, my moving thing doesn't like to work for some reason. It just seems to drag it around, but it doesn't actually move.
Okay, that's fine. Let's just, let's see. I might just have us roll for initiative here, and then have that guy do his one attack, and then we'll finish up for today.
Well,
I would have blessed them
and then end it.
I would have blessed them when they got to the door, like I said.
This is such a movie or a TV show kind of thing. It's a cliffhanger. He gets stabbed in the face. What will happen on the next episode?
Why do I always roll so well with initiative on Zephylos? I don't understand.
Did you hear me, Dan?
Huh?
Did you hear me?
What did you say?
I said I would have blessed them when they got to the door, like I said. Because we are buffing up for something. I just figured when they got there, we could give ourselves the most time, like I said, because it's a minute long.
Watch, you're going to lose concentration on bless.
You can decide when whenever.
If you did it when you got to the door, it's probably already half over.
That's cool with me.
So we'll just have to remember that.
I would have put it on. I would have put it on Daishu and myself and Zephylos.
Okay. Let's add the icons for that right now.
Wait, you gonna show me, Bobby?
blessed, and blessed, and make sure you get that spell slot. And we'll just have to remember.
I did. I put it in chat. If you
Timer.
see it, I rolled it.
It's a what, Bobby?
Okay.
Yeah.
I need initiative from Khan and Dermo.
Yeah, I forgot how to do that. Hold on 1 second. Initiative is.
If you have the combat tracker thing up, you can just hit the little die next to your name there.
Well, yeah, I'm looking at it real quick. Where's the initiative button? Used.
And
There used to be like I could just click on initiative, right?
There we go. All right, I got 13. I added the D4 to it, by the way, right there.
Is it under features or what? I don't see where it's.
no,
It's not on your character sheet on the. I mean, it's also on the character sheet. but it's
Also,
on the
initiative
combat
doesn't
tracker.
get the D4 from Blessed. It's only for attack rolls
I got it.
and saving throws.
Oh, it's saving throws and attack throws, isn't it? Never mind. You're right.
that's
Yeah,
true.
you need guidance to get
The
D4.
initiative or alacrity, I think, right?
I don't remember what that one does. Okay.
I think alacrity gives you a D8 on initiative.
Oh, okay. Okay, it is not Daisho's turn. I just hit the button so it would be started. This guy is going to make an attack against you, Khan. He casts a spell, which appears to be a melee attack spell.
You're about to get inflict wounds, homie.
Against you. Indeed you are.
Watch, it's going to be 22, the exact number of temporary hit points. I'm calling it.
And he is going to upcast it to 2nd level. He is going all out. He rolls an 18 to hit,
That'll hit.
and you take 13 necrotic damage.
Good thing we had that temporary health.
Yep. Good thing.
You just straight up got shanked in the face, and it's going to be on the next episode of
On the next
D&D.
episode of D&D.
And it's like that thing where it like pans to each character and like he has a knife in his entire face.
I like the imagery of this guy just channeled the wrath of Zamrock and went to go hit him, and then all the runes on his chest just like glow and say, "No, not allowed."
Amazing.
Yes,
as soon as the door swings open, this guy that you only pretty much don't even get to see before he's already attacking you, reaches out with his empty hand and kind of thrusts his fingertips onto your shoulder, and you feel this immense physical pain that radiates a little bit through your body, although you are protected a little bit by your temporary health, so you are for now unscathed. We're going to end our session there for today, and we'll pick up at the start of this combat.
Let me just stab the paladin and we'll end our session. Thanks, DM.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
I like that.
You got it. You got
That
it.
though.
You got the right idea. Yeah,
We're gonna be really confused with what happened next.
Yeah, this paladin's sharp. He's not missing a beat. He
We
gets it.
didn't do the quest right. We have to go kill the dog first. Come
Yeah,
on.
go kill it. Go kill a dog.
Oh, that sounds horrible.
No, we need to kill the
I'm not killing the
and
dog.
drive the.
It's not
He's
canonical
not
if we
even a
don't kill the
dog.
dog.
He's a rune guardian. He's not a
Look,
dog.
man,
he's a rune guardian.
he's helped us with the vampire thing. I don't want to kill him.
I feel a
Who
little
helped too
icky.
with
We're
what
going towards
vampire
that
thing?
place that I specifically. Yeah.
And he's
I'm a
too
little
big to
worried
be
that
a
we're gonna
dog.
end up with that.
Alrighty. Let's do our 3 favorites, and then we'll wrap it up for the day.
Yes, yeah. All right, children. I'm gonna start so I can get off here and get on with little doggy.
Yeah, I gotta go
Favorite
too,
thing
so
that
I'll
another
go
player
after him.
did. Yep. Perfect. Favorite thing another player did. Okay, I just gotta say it. I'm gonna be quoting. I'm awfully outside for someone who's right. For probably the next week at least. And no one's going to understand it because it's the most niche in-joke that there possibly could be. Favorite thing that I did? I don't know.
I didn't really do anything fun. I was at dinner, so I tried my best here.
How was dinner?
It was good. My daughter ended up getting sick halfway through, and we had to clean it up real quick before we continued. She ate an entire bag of hot Cheetos before dinner, and so I'm not even surprised, but it was cool. We didn't have to pay for her, so it wasn't a big deal.
Okay.
Yeah, and we got a hella full box of dessert, so we're all cool. We're happy. Favorite thing I did, though, would have been getting my armor for Bob contracted. Hopeful that it turns out really good. Guess it'll come to terms and see. Favorite thing DM did. I always love, the world building and stuff, and going off the script. Definitely cool to immediately get stabbed by the guy instead of having to go and do the quest verbatim. I always love the thinking I know what's about to happen and then I don't. So yeah, I'm excited to see where this quest goes, even though I'm pretty sure I know, but I'm hopeful to see some interesting changes. And yes, I will be making masterwork armor for Bob. Don't at me.
I'll go.
All right.
So something that I liked that someone in the party did. I liked the dialogue that Khan had with Daishu in the city when they were trying to figure out where to get the thing, and then he was like, "I got it." And we're like, "Cool, we'll just go back then." And we just didn't need to buy anything. He's got it. We're good. Daishu's been a little bit of a mystery, so that was nice that he was use my tools. Something that I like that I did was the what did I do? I didn't really do much this session. We kind of just spent a lot of it shopping and traveling.
That's the best things you can do. People pay a lot of money for that, so
I guess I liked the blood handshake, as Danny called it. That's becoming kind of a pre-combat or preemptive ritual for us, and it's becoming more fluid. So I like to see where that develops into over time as we become more powerful too. And then something that the DM did was roleplay this guy in the chapel here, and I always like it when a DM just hits that point where they're like, that's a really fucking good point, because I do that shit all the time, and I'm like, he's just gonna open the door. He's just gonna fucking. He probably would have attacked you if he found a way to open the door, but he doesn't want to deal with it. He's gonna open and do it himself. I like that. So it's kind of what I thought was cool from the session.
I'll go next.
And I gotta go soon. It's getting late, and I'm it's been a long day.
I liked. I had something and then I forgot what it was. Something that I did. I like describing, or starting to sort of plant the seeds of the dark image that is Mauritania that you guys will soon.
I'm excited
be delving
to
into. With the description of the sort of dark sky in the background, but then also unexpected for me was the interaction with the lumber worker in the Jolly Boar Inn, where he was like, "Yeah, people say it's evil over there. I don't know why. I've never been over there, but nobody goes over there. But I don't know why." So just I had some good opportunities to sort of plant those ideas, those aspects there. I liked it. And then something that you guys did, I don't know. I liked the way that you guys kind of not really haggled, but reasoned with the clerk guy, and kind of came up with an agreement that was beneficial for everybody, sort of watching out for your own interests, but also being fair enough.
No more signing up for these
dealing with them.
freaking
boilerplate
contracts, 200 gold for this unknown quest. No more of that. We
Yeah.
get paid for what we do.
I thought that was pretty neat, and I enjoyed that RP encounter there.
Yeah, we're gonna be like, we're not gonna go on any quest because they're not gonna pay enough, and so sooner or later we're gonna have to be like, yeah, just give us your treasury and then maybe we'll think about it.
See, I don't.
Oh, and then specifically something that somebody did.
I don't think Zen was ready for 2 of his 4 players to realize that like money wasn't a thing, and to be so focused on just surviving that like it's outside of like what he was ready. I think, and that's kind of fun too.
Yeah,
You're gonna have 2 Garaho. They're like, do we have roof? Do we have food? Okay, good.
Okay, we're fine. Something that somebody specifically did. I kind of liked the interaction that Khan and Daisho had with the wood carving whatever thing. You're like, I gotta find a guy to do the wood carving, and then Daisho's like, I can just do it. What do you talk about? That was funny.
I got tools, man. You're like, all right, well, you've been kind of secretive lately. I didn't want to bother you.
All right, next guy.
I can go.
Go.
My favorite thing that another player did was definitely, I'm awfully outside for someone who's right. That was so beautiful.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah.
I mean, Khan's not very smart, but he's high charisma, which means he's quick with words,
Yeah.
I gotta play him that way.
My favorite thing that I did.
One sec, buddy.
Not a lot to pick from this session.
Whoa.
I was gonna have, if we did one round of combat, I was gonna have my favorite thing right there, but
spoilers.
I guess it'll be like, hey, I'm an asset. I can do this thing. I know I hide behind you, but I can craft. That is my skilling thing. I may not have high melee stats, but my crafting stats are good.
Yeah, you just had a lot of money, so you put it all into crafting.
I had a bunch of people providing me with the materials in exchange for giving them the finished products.
Yeah, you barter society, man. Welcome to capitalism. No one gives a shit if you have good skills if you aren't the cheapest in town.
Favorite thing the GM did was Dirk the clerk. The is perfect for the memeage. It's great.
I mean, I'm just wondering how many clerks we're gonna run into. And at some level, like, are we gonna run out of clerks?
Now
There's probably not gonna be that many more clerks.
Now I need to start looking for more clerks. That is my life goal.
Like DM, you don't realize the can of worms you have opened. We will go to new cities and specifically request new clerks.
Oh boy.
This one is Quirka the clerk? Yes, we are deep in this rabbit hole.
Yeah, I'll go.
Good.
Huzzah! It is I, Dan. What did Dan do this session? That was pretty cool.
Everything.
I liked trying to, go to the museum as if I was like, one of those guys in like the reality TV shows about thrift shops where it's like, I have $20 and I'm going to a thrift shop. Let's see if I can find a hidden gem that will actually make me back my money,
Yeah, it's like Pawn Stars.
Exactly, right? It's like, oh man, this guy's selling this thing for $100. It's actually the ancient Zerosian back scratcher used by the Empty Lord himself, right? So that was my favorite thing.
Snowflakes on there.
What someone else did, I'll start with the GM. I like the lore accuracy of selling cabbage at the Blue Moon Inn. very acute attention
Definitely
to detail.
intentional.
Yep.
Something that I spent hours deciding.
No, but on a more serious note, I did like the role play with the people behind the door. I like just the general vagueness of who are you looking for? You know, that's perfect scammer talk right there because I work at a bank, right? And it's like instead of answering who I am, it's like who do you expect me to be? Because I'm him, right? That was glorious. You'd make an excellent scammer, Dragon's
I
Age.
was trying to with you casting the ritual spell right outside the door, I was trying to figure out like what would they like do something? Would they like prep some spells before you came in? But then I was like, they're gonna try to like lure you over to the mausoleum first, so maybe they wouldn't. And then I just ended up deciding on, okay, he's just gonna get like a surprise round swinging the door open.
Yeah, could you imagine looking out your window and a guy is literally just pulling blood out of his friend? Like, just chilling?
I mean, that's kind of what might have happened to them, although
we
probably
might
more
have
just heard the
imagine
chanting
you
and
doing
we're
that.
like, okay, somebody's casting spells out there, it's not good.
Yeah, you're just like hanging out, having a good day. You look outside your window and there's just a guy.
I mean,
blood out of another dude.
I'm kind of surprised they attacked us seeing the blood ritual. That seems in lane with like, I mean, from a meta standpoint,
Yeah,
they'd probably
maybe
be
we're
okay
there,
with.
man. It's because we said that we were on behalf of the king.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
why.
probably did it.
If we didn't mention king, I think we would have been solid. They would have been like, "Hey, you Zamarakian for sure. You guys got horn. You guys play with blood. You know."
We have a delivery for an extra large anchovy and pineapple pizza. That's how we should have came in. I think this is a learning experience that we don't go knocking on temple doors telling them our business.
Where's my diet Dr. Kelp?
What?
Where's my diet Dr. Kelp?
The diet doctor is part of the SpongeBob episode.
What someone else did.
He wasn't even done.
I like.
We always interrupt Dan in particular the most.
I know.
I feel like
It's because it's easy.
Yeah, he's so easy to interrupt.
He doesn't stand up for himself.
So
you gotta
mean.
tell us to shut up, Dan.
Okay.
So mean.
But yeah, no, something someone else did. I liked Con constantly haggling at poor Dirk.
Just everyone.
Oh,
Literally
poor Dirk.
everyone.
He's just trying to do his job. He
like-
doesn't make the decisions. He just does the stuff.
It's like, you're going to pay us good, right? Like, yeah, probably. It's like, no, really good, because it's probably dangerous, right? It's like, yeah, well, we'll talk about that, like, if it happens, right? It's all hypotheticals. But yeah, but what about an inn? Like, I don't know. Do you guys not have bedrooms? Sure, we can give you some extra gold. And the food, yeah, that's included.
Khan wants few things, and on that list is to make sure his tribe is taken care of. And as long as that's happening actively, he's a man of few complaints. You start messing with his money flow that is determining his living standard in this world, then, you know, he's going to get a little snippy with you at the door, you know?
Did we get everybody?
I get stabbed in the face.
I think we did.
Okay, great. I'll see you guys next week.
See you next week. Thank you much.
Is there good session, guys? See you guys next week.
GG, get wrecked.
Bye-bye.